way, Clown, if you could watch the clip again, because I think the quote was,
I'm worried that it's that, though. I just want that to be ruled out. That's why I need to see these text messages.
And then he goes into the whole Kai Cenat black people thing.
I do have a doubt in my mind, because think about what was going on with Twitch at that time. They were running a very, very woke contingent of that company. And so I can see, for the greater good of, you know, maybe having someone like iShowSpeed or Kai Cenat be the star, we got to knock off this toxic masculine white guy.
I promise you he was playing devil's advocate.
He was... Hey guys, in the time since this stream was recorded, Nerd City posted a massive cope wall to the TBH Discord server announcing his departure from the podcast. Personally, I think this is really funny, and I'll probably give it a full read the next time I go live, but Nerd seems to think he can respond to trolling with logic. People are making fun of him, and he's writing essays to appease or explain his thought process to people who quite literally don't care and are just happy to continue making fun of him. If anything, this is the most recent example of how Nerd City isn't able to properly navigate his own drama. It's like he's been locked in a bunker for the last 4 years, lobbing insults and exposed videos on YouTube's easiest targets while praying he's never actually going to be the subject of one himself. I'm not sure how to help Nerd navigate drama. That sounds like a minefield, but surely he would need to shave if he's been hiding in a criticism bunker for half a decade, and I think today's sponsor, Manscaped, is just what he needs. Listen guys, if there's one thing that's important, it's taking care of yourself. And that's why I personally choose Manscaped. They're the global men's lifestyle brand that's disrupting the beard market, and Manscaped kindly sent me their Beard Hedge electric beard trimmer to check out in this video. This thing removes the hair so quick, I almost forgot that I had a beard before trying it out. You can credit that to its powerful 7,200 RPM motor and titanium-coated T-blade, which can cut through the thickest hair in just a single stroke. This thing has 20 different hair cutting lengths, and it's adjustable at your fingertips with their zoom wheel. The coolest part about it is that you only need one guard, regardless of what length you're going for. It was designed with unique cutting angles to have its comb lift flat-lying hairs for single stroke trimming, and it gets up to 60 minutes of runtime per charge. The beard trimmer is also waterproof, cordless, rechargeable, and it even comes with a cool travel case. Manscaped makes beard care easy whether you're a beard pro or a first-time beard groomer. Go to manscaped.com today and get 20% off with free shipping when you use code DeOrio at checkout. That's 20% off with free international shipping when you use code DeOrio at manscaped.com. Thank you. Now, without further ado, let's get into the content. Some of the stuff I've seen is fucking brutal. We talked with Tommy yesterday. I was in a call with Clown and Tommy. The Nerd City drama is ramping up. Let's take a look at this real quick. Nerd City is leaving the To Be Honest podcast. I'm not recording until they start deleting the lies from the Pyro subreddit, at the very least. But ideally, they should speak up and discourage it, but that's too much to ask, so censorship at minimum. What the oh man. Going to Reddit is different than going to Pyro's Discord or Pyro's subreddit. It only festered because he's a coward, and so is Dolan, and so are his mods. Banning from people from here went there, where they're never gonna be banned unless they cross the magic line with him. You lot never had my back. You unbanned everyone who I banned just so they think you're cool. They turned this server into a hate community that necessitated coming back into the server to end the Nazi gifs and vindictive fixation you were all presiding over daily. Like the most self-concerned heads in the sand admins. His communities were being instrumentalized to spread this narrative about me, needing to be canceled, and he'd acknowledge it with little dappy wappy minty baby talk. Dappy wappy minty baby. By the way, that's referencing his NFTs, the DApps. I own like 3 of them, but yeah, they're DApps. Dead Avatar Project. And minting them is when you're purchasing one. You mint it. All the DApp spam, all the name minting in general, people who are uninitiated ask what the DApp bit and the staff participating in it is. Why is it called minting in general? And people would fill them in like, oh yeah, we hate Nerd City. You download the Nerd City as a transphobe update. Bring back Minting General. What happened to Minting General? Why is it called Minting General? Kind of crazy that Pyro has no idea what's going on here. I never unbanned a single person. This is colossal. You had free reign to do that. We should do a call tomorrow. I don't understand why you want to air dirty laundry like this to a bunch of morons. Dude, so what's happening here is that approximately, let me see, a couple months ago, things went bad, okay? Things went batty-waddy, as Nerd City would say. So if I pull this up right here, let me just grab, so people think this is recent. It's not. So there's a lot of little thingies I was looking at. I was taking a look myself to see what has been happening. These are out of order, though, so I'm going to have to figure out on the fly what's going on. Because these are not recent. These are from... these are from June. Aren't most of them Pyrocynical? I'm sorry, guys. If you don't know, TBH is a podcast with Dolan Dark, Colossal is Crazy,
Is this really
Nerd City, and Pyrocynical. So that's the foursome squad. Okay, they're the reigning champions after the Some Ordinary podcast was shut down. Okay.
Is this really lolly?
Oh, this is new. Yeah, this is good. I'll pull that one up too. Thank you, Smaggle.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
Okay.
Why?
So all of them are Pyrocynical fans. The weirdest thing is they aren't. Yeah, they came from his channel, but when he uploads, they don't care.
Can I say
Most of them
something to you,
don't
Nick?
even listen to
I
us.
really like you.
Why? Thank you so much for the gifted. They don't even listen to our podcast. Clown fans are a mixed bag. A mix of something, to be sure. Don't send it into lab.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
YouTube drama era is the cause. By the way, all these people are drama YouTubers. Having a podcast Patreon Discord with 24 trolls online all the time who don't listen to the show was not how I thought it was going to go. Oh, man. So this is not August. This is not July. This is May. And I paid Patreon this year. Well, I'm truly sorry. I tried to ban the idiots. And I turned the disc. I wanted to turn it into a decent service. But it's only fun for the 20 to 30 people who ruin it for everyone and try to speak for everyone. I'll keep doing watch parties in here. So, he was already kind of leaving the podcast, facilities as far back as May. There's absolutely zero reason I can think for Anissa Joe. Wait, how did this get in there? How did this get in there? This wasn't supposed to be in here. I'm sorry. I don't know how this got in here. There's absolutely zero reason I can think for Anissa Jomha to have me blocked on Twitter. I never took shots at her. I've bitten my tongue, in fact, during countless screw-ups. I've been nothing but helpful and encouraging in the past. Ooh. TBH's Discord is an unmoderated shithole. Being on that server at all is like starting with 2 strikes. If the first thing you want to do is talk about Dolan's trolls or post Nazi shit, that's strike 3. We don't need to get to know you here. So he's just nuking people who have that server, I guess. Layered in actual autism, it gets even harder for a new join to sort out what not to do. They literally just copy what they see other people doing to fit in. And the end result is a server that no one normal would want to talk in. Based General was supposed to be that, but vindictive people and sewage spilled in. Nerd City, please come to Brazil! When Pyro said new video tomorrow and no one responded, or people just tell him to die, that's not normal. Most people coming from my channel tell me they don't even like that. Not gonna lie, I asked him about the videos. Come to Brazil? What? Here. Right, but shit-talking hosts with a host server is like, again, Pyro. Colossal or me see shit-talking we don't like. Can we...
Who is Bunty King?
Can just maggot. Nerd's not here, so I'm just saying it to ease up on it. Still, though. So people are saying, so Dolan's, telling people to ease up. Gotta start deleting screenshots. See, there, I see 2 people I would moderate for the way that they're talking back to him about the rules. Saying, I hate you to the host is the Pyro style of community. I know Cardi is kidding, but it breeds more people doing the same thing. It's out of control, and the actual hate becomes indistinguishable from the fans. So someone wrote to him in one of these messages saying, I hate you, and he knows it's a joke, but he has to ban that guy anyway, or it'll set a bad example. Yeah, here it is. Guys, read between the lines. Dolan is trying to tell you to find and kill Nerd City in real life. Yeah, but it doesn't matter what you think at the end of the day, because I'm literally just saying stop this shit talking. Right, but shit-talking a host within a host server, it's like, again. I hate you, Dolan. Nerd is a hall monitor? Yeah, it appears so. Hey, Nerd, come back to the TBH Discord! No. Hey, I just want to say I'm sorry for whatever I did and explain to you. And can you explain the NFT thing? I don't know what you did. The better question is, why is Dolan Dark running a server where people edit SWAT stickers onto my content? I'm starting to think my friends are actually not looking out for me or what we tried to build. Yeah, I don't know. People, I don't think people have seen these screenshots yet. I sent these to Willie yesterday. He goes, Nick, he just posted like 3 or 4 messages. This just happened today, so we'll just wait and see what happens. And I just started sending him screenshots from June. He's like, oh, there's 1. Oh, wait, there's 2. Oh, God, that's 3. Oh, God, he just sent me 4. We got 8 screenshots here now. He just keeps sending them, chat. Let me see if I can find that. I was like, yeah, Willie? Yeah, it's just happening today. And keep in mind, I wasn't researching Nerd City. I was genuine. I had like a good interaction with him recently. He's just gone completely fucking crazy in the past week or so. Like, apparently not in the past week or so. Apparently he was never mentally stable. Oh, here's Willie. Yeah. Here's me killing Willie live on camera.
It's
been 2 months already.
Comment. It's like saying that I'm calling out the YouTube drama Reddit. It's like,
oh, no. It's not 1. Message. No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not.
It's like 3, 4, 5. Okay, all right, bro, whatever. You get the point.
If you want to drag someone up, Tommy, I recommend Barry Knows. He's a mod in my Colossus Crazy server.
Okay, I'll put him in. Barry Knows. Where is he?
Barry Knows.
It's like 8 messages.
Second to last.
This is
Okay.
8 screenshots.
I only stopped because he told me, not because I didn't have more.
Barry Knows you're on.
Dude, Willie literally just got mogged live on camera. I just started sending him screenshots of they're going crazy. Oh, God. Okay, so before we get into some Nerd City hate, let's talk about the Nerd City W's, all right? This thread sucks. Oh, actually, no, I didn't know what this is. I've never heard this clip. I thought this was the Google document. What is this? Nerd City transphobia. I've heard this is not transphobic, by the way.
Stop me on. I said, like, whenever Pyro's being particularly trans, and Dolan goes, what's that? When he's being particularly trans? and then Pyro just was particularly trans.
Trans moment. Yeah, no, it literally is for engagement. I mean, that does sound like a cope. I will admit it's a cope, but like, if you look at the likes that tweet got, I think it's on like 40k or something. And then when I posted me dressed up for like a main channel video as the Darkwood character, like, you know, in a trench coat, scarf on, got like a little scarecrow hat on in like the woods, that got like a quarter of the interaction.
That's what they were saying, because like Finster got big dressing up as a woman and was always like, no, I just like dressing up as a woman.
Nah, Finster was
2
always
years
taking,
later,
like,
he's taking HRT and actually...
Finster was always taking estrogen on the side.
I think that's a rare case. I think for the most part, people go down that trans pipeline because they aren't sexually successful, because they're trying to figure out what is going to work for them.
Oh boy.
I wouldn't make
right.
AGT. 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 All right. Yeah, I don't think this is that bad of a clip. I understand why people are pissed about it, but you could tell the other hosts are uncomfortable in the conversation. I think Dolan had a smile from cheek to cheek when he said that. I don't think that's that big of a deal. Nerd City defends Dr. Disrespect. We'll look at that one, because Clown thinks I'm wrong about it. I want your opinion, genuinely. Nerd City melts down and threatens to quit podcast 1 day ago. Let's see this. So I think these are the screenshots I already showed, right? Are these any new ones? No, these are the ones I tweeted. There's more. There's way more. Let me just look up Nerd City in general on YouTube drama. Hold on. Not on YouTube, in general on Reddit. Because that's where all this stuff is posted. As much as you guys hate this fucking website of content. Hot. Nerd City 2 days ago.
He fell off. He really did fall off.
Okay, I understand why you guys hate Reddit now. I think I've sided with you. Man, Nerd City face off. Nerd City situation, awesome celebration post. What is actually Nerd City's problem? Further comments from Nerd City and bonus comment from his head mod. Here we go. disagree with sentence 1. Your community reflects your personality or tries to correct it like on a spectrum. A healthy community tries to support you. They either think that you're attacking me in support of Pyro, or they know he thinks differently and they're trying to control him. You retards and cowards are out of your depth trying to moderate trolls. I showed you how to clean up a Discord. It's better. The same people using your other platforms the same people using your other platforms and pretending that you can't figure it out. And then Clown going, mate, you better not be calling me a coward. Let me see, was there any more here that I didn't show? I actually just realized I left some stuff out. Later in actual autism, and it gets even harder for a new join to sort out what to do. So this is back to the one we were reading before. This is the one I didn't read. Okay, this is it. Clown. We should probably get Nicole and sort this out. Everyone. Pyro, I'm dead to call now. I assume Jay is Dolan. I'm around for the 20 then bed. I'll join VC, just scripting at the moment. Nerd City, good night. I'll join VC, just scripting at the moment. Minty Winty Baby Wavy. Dude, Minty Winty Baby Wavy. Oh, you joining the call? He sent a fucking emoji of a baby Pyro. No, because I know enough about these guys. Fucking. Whoa! No! I think it's important that we do it. Can we reschedule? Everyone, call in an hour. Today, everyone, call in an hour. Everyone, call in an hour. Dude, the podcast. Clown, the podcast is gonna go. Oh, no. Dude, the podcast is so fucking over. Smaggle, where did you get this? I hadn't even seen this yet. What? Dude, what happened to this guy? Dude, do you want to know who called it? You want to know who called it? You guys want to watch the cringiest Nick DeOrio video ever? Do you guys want to see the cringiest Nick DeOrio moment in the history of YouTube? There are many. This is the worst one. So if you go to the Nicholas DeOrio YouTube channel, you can search by oldest, and I don't delete videos. Okay? So this is... most people have never seen this side of my channel. They're used to this side and wondering where the new things are, where the wild things are. They don't know about the time that I fucked up into a penis and put it into the thumbnail with featuring content condom on my YouTube channel 5 years ago. Now, for the dislike bot, this one's probably real. I think this video's got like a 20%, okay? And listen, in my defense, many people's first YouTube videos aren't fighting with Nerd City, okay? This was a big fucking deal for me, and I did not realize what was... That's why I feel bad for the dog pack guy, because I was fighting with Nerd City to a much smaller audience. I was right, but the internet wasn't ready to hear it for another 5 years. You want to hear, oh, Tommy C gets them all right. Tommy C didn't agree with me. Not on this one, motherfucker. The following video does not represent the opinions of Shot From The Point or any Shot From The Point member. My opinions are my own. Remember, I was a co-host. I didn't make videos, chat.
Preteen fans, as far as the eyes can see, and that's no axe. Jake Paul.
This is unwatchable. This is a terrible video. Oh my god, what is this? It's just my name like 60 times playing background shit. The audio balancing is terrible.
What we do here is go back.
And then that's me dressed as a condom. That's me dressed as a fucking condom. Oh god. I think did I dress up in this video or the next video? Holy shit, this is... And I wasn't 16, bro. I was 21 when we filmed this. Holy shit, dude. Look at the emoji pillow in the background and the Soviet flag behind my head. Dude, I was so edgy. I used to think the Soviet flag was like the okay Nazi flag, and then I realized people actually like it.
Here is, we do not know what that...
So, I got into a fight with Nerd City, basically. Right? I'm not going to put myself through this. I don't plan on putting myself through watching this video, but I will show you this video. So my video, I want you to know that my video had 500 views, maybe less. This video was not viewed highly. The video was not good, okay? My major point of contention in this video is that Nerd City says Jake Paul's vlogs are flat out against the law to broadcast in the United States, and doesn't explain thoroughly enough that would only be an issue if it was on national television. So the mass takeaway from his video was that Jake breaks the law with every VOD he uploads to YouTube. And it turned, it had nothing to do with Kappa, but he was going down the same logic tree before that even happened. He's talking about that kind of shit, and I thought that was pretty fucking gay. That was my problem with it. So he took that 500 view video and decided that the best way he could handle this was to start a forever war by calling into my podcast while I wasn't there and chewing out my host. So when people say that it's crazy that Nerd City has been spurging out and attacking his co-hosts and stuff like this, and acting like a total fucking retard because he can't take criticism, yeah, I mean, I know. This was September 6th, 2018. My bad. And Nerd City calls in. So where's the timestamp? Does anyone... So he comes in lit up and starts arguing with everybody. And Tommy had no idea. He was not expecting this.
All right. It's fucking Willie Mac show. Because Willie Mac, I know Willie Mac loved this video. He's like, did you see the video DeOrio dropped on you? I was like, oh no. Oh fucking no.
Just be
I'd like to put Nerd City on and make a final statement, or I don't want to.
Yeah, I'd like for him to be able to wrap this up for us.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if he doesn't want to, that's totally cool.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to.
No.
We love Nerd.
I think Tommy was doing me a favor by watching this, unironically. The video is obviously terrible. I think he was just doing me a fucking solid by promoting this for me to see where it goes.
We love him to death. We think we made a great video, and maybe some changes too. Maybe government does have to step in. Maybe YouTube does have to make FCC changes. But the problem is they can't just step on Jake Paul. They got to do it across the board, you know?
No cities are waiting to call, by the way.
Put him in.
Yeah, you have to drag him.
You don't have to drop high.
By the way, if you're wondering, that's Dr. Zhivago in the background. My brain is fucked. If you guys watch Shot from the Point, I don't know when Dr. Zhivago stopped and Matt Pitt started, and I get the times that we spent together confused. Because he just kind of slid in there and became new Doc, and I don't know when that happened. I'm like, yo, Matt, you remember when we used to do this? And he's like, no, that was Doc. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. All right. Defend yourself, because I feel like I'm beating on you.
Moved him back.
No, I didn't.
Moved him back.
Hello?
Hey.
All right. We're not beating on you. I just want to make clear here. We're being critical, and what is your take on this whole thing?
Okay, so broadcast is a very specific word, and I chose that on purpose.
Okay.
You know, it means broadcast, right? So, if I said, these dogfights happening on cruise ships are...
I'm sorry, it's the most autistic start to a call. Hey, Nerd City, how you doing? Okay, so there's these dogfights on cruise ships, okay?
Right? So, if I said... These dogfights happening on cruise ships are against the law in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm there says it all. Do I have to say a cruise ship is not a United State of America?
Mm-hmm.
You get the point.
Okay, but broadcasting is literally, it used to be the slogan of this website. Okay, so when you're saying broadcast, yes, people are going to take away that what he's doing is illegal because the site used to be YouTube Broadcast Yourself. That is such an easy thing to fuck up. The whole criticism is you just clarify. If this was on television, it would be illegal. It's just as hard as being manipulative.
In that sentence. So everyone knows what TV is, and I use TV analogies throughout the whole video.
Okay.
You know? So it was a way of putting things in context. And also, Nick sitting there and saying, if journalists don't do their research, then this will be a disaster. He's reading the point he's making from an article, okay?
Yeah.
There were two big articles, and he references them that I've seen, The Verge and Polygon, and they both clarify that point because they got what I was getting at.
So both of the people who watched his video felt the need to include that clarification in their article, and he thinks that's a point against my minor issue that I had with the video.
Philly D also said the same thing. He burned it.
So everyone who covered this video also went out of their way to make the same clarification argument that I did. But the video is great.
Ton of screen time to clarify that point.
Okay.
So I found his video rather unnecessary.
Okay.
It was pretty nicely made, pretty good first.
And I love the argument. Nick's saying that people won't do their own research, but he did his own research. And I'm going through his comment section, and people are like, Jake Paul's vlogs are illegal! Yeah, because the average YouTube user is going to start Googling the definition of broadcast after they watch your video.
Effort, but also sort of a waste of effort, because there were so many like threads to pull on and drag out from.
Did it used to be YouTube broadcast yourself? Yes, that was the slogan of this website.
From the research that I put on screen, I can't believe he's wasting his time trying to clarify that.
Well, I don't think it's a wasted effort just based on the experience alone. He got a shit ton of experience from it, so I can't go that far. But I got to be honest with you, though. I'm not denying anything you're saying. It's just that, I mean, Verse made the point, if you were a little more clear about this, then this conversation doesn't happen. Is that a fair criticism?
Tommy is not lighting him up. He's just making like this. They're treating him with kid gloves.
Well, the thing is, there's this voice that you have to battle as a YouTuber in your head, which is, am I setting myself up for the counterpoint to this? Am I not like digressing enough to clarify? And you can end up clarifying infinitely down.
Yeah, no, I've been there myself.
I agree with you. Nerd City.
Dave is always telling me not to fucking do that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I would.
But dude, if you're claiming that Jake Paul is breaking a law, shouldn't you clarify the fact that the law doesn't apply to the platform he's on?
That's Jake's job. Okay, so.
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio?
I'm sorry. I lose it every time I watch this. By the way, do you know I was having eye surgery during this? I wanted to call so badly. I literally couldn't see. I was having eye surgery, and I was driving back from the fucking place while this guy is on. I thought he would never see it. I thought I was just speaking into the void. And I get out of the surgery, and I'm on fucking, like, they put me on something. And I'm looking at my phone, and they're like, dude, Nerd City is talking crazy shit about you right now on Tommy's stream. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's Jake's job. Okay, so what I was doing was...
No, I was in the passenger seat. I wasn't driving. I couldn't drive. This was, I think, the only thing I did during the time that I was recovering for this, because it was for the fucking disease that Angry Joe has, where they have to rip protein off your fucking eye and then laser you for like half an hour, and then drip fucking like shit into your eye and shit. I literally couldn't do anything for days because I'd gotten it like right after this was like legal in the United States to perform, and I did the Jake Paul fight with sunglasses on in front of my computer because it was too painful to look at the screen.
What's the Jake's job if you're the one making the video?
Because he's the one that would reply. Because what I'm saying.
By the way, if you ever have to get that surgery for the keratoconus shit, if anybody has that, where like the fucking lights look like they strained down. Get it now, because the surgery is way better. When I did my other eye 3 years later, I could see when I left the building. It was fucking great. So they've made the surgery better if you're looking to get that done, and you probably should if you have it.
He doesn't need to reply because he didn't.
Hold on, no, let him answer. Let him answer. Go ahead, Nerd City. I'm sorry.
And then he even gets cut off here, and Tommy's like, "Stop, Nerd City. You have your permission to speak. Please answer at your own pace." Like, oh.
The original question was this: Why? What was the original question, Verse? Hello? I lost everything.
I don't fucking remember.
He's yelling at me that I need to clarify.
He's yelling at me.
Paul's defense. I'm not making Paul's argument for him.
I'm saying if you were claiming that if you want me to restate the question.
I don't respect.
So he says, why don't you just clarify that the law that Jake Paul is breaking isn't applying to the content that he actually makes? And his response is, that's Jake's job. I don't have to write Jake's defense for him. So his whole argument, right, is that he's doing this. He's doing this and dotting his I's, crossing his T's, making sure not to over-clarify sentences, and predicting what people are going to say. And he's not predicting him saying, hey, you just straight up lied about me. This content is totally legal to do on the platform. Or are you just counting on Jake not responding because it's probably better financially to not respond to your video?
Yeah, restate it.
So he goes, "Can you just restate the? Would you like me to restate the question so I could ask it better?" Because he completely just mischaracterized the whole thing.
I'm saying if you were claiming that, do you want me to restate the question for you?
Yeah, restate it.
No, I've heard enough of you saying shit. Okay.
Dude, look at Tommy's fucking face. Look at Tommy is so confused at what is occurring on this stream.
So,
do you want me to restate the question for you?
Yeah, restate it.
No, I've heard enough of you saying shit. Okay. So, what Jake?
Dude, Tommy's like, what's happening? What's going on?
All would do in reply is say that YouTube is a lawless zone.
Dude, look, he's fucking questioning everything that's ever happened to him. He hasn't had PTSD like this since he got out of the war.
Taking advantage of that. And what you're saying is I need to say that YouTube is a lawless zone and Jake Paul is taking advantage of that.
No. What I'm saying is, if you claim that Jake Paul is breaking a law that isn't... That
Tommy hasn't moved in 30 seconds.
Doesn't actually exist on the platform.
He just blinked.
You need to clarify that. If you're just claiming that he broke a law, but he didn't actually break.
It's okay. So are you're saying that everyone has to assume that YouTube is broadcasting?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
No, that's all right. You change the subject. You stated it rather clearly. You accuse Jake Paul of breaking the law. The law doesn't apply to YouTube. And what he's saying is, now, I guess
you can see it activated Tommy. Now Tommy's like, okay, let's fucking talk about this. Yeah.
The law doesn't apply to YouTube.
Dude, it's like he spent the last 3 minutes being like, I'm going to lose my friendship with Nerd City. Is this worth any future benefit that could be given to me? And he's like, nah.
You accuse Jake Paul of breaking the law. The law doesn't apply to YouTube. And what he's saying is, now, I guess you're saying it's implied, but he's saying he didn't state it clearly. And your argument initially was that you can do that forever, which, by the way, I agree with. But it would have been better to do it at least once, because I don't think it was done at all.
I mean, I think I should be free to make analogies.
Oh, dude, I'm so done. I'm so fucking... I should be free to make analogies.
You know?
Okay. No one's saying you're not. It was just...
This would be illegal.
All right.
But he didn't say that in the video. He didn't say that in the fucking video.
I think...
Yeah, but you didn't say that.
You didn't say that. That's what the verse is saying. You didn't say that. And by the way, you're right. But I don't think that's exactly what he's saying.
All we're asking is for you to say that, but in the video.
On YouTube.
And like, look, this isn't just a minor fucking criticism, by the way. I'm sorry, I called it a minor criticism. I forgot it's the top line of his fucking description. My bad. He branded the video with that. I'm sorry, it's an integral argument. Okay? Jake Paul's content is illegal to broadcast in the United States, the UK, and the European Union. I'm sorry. I thought this was just a minor point in the video that I was dredging up. I forgot it's literally the fucking top line of the description, so it pops up when you're looking at thumbnails. Oh, my bad. Is this like an irrational fucking thing to ask him to clarify? Because you can tell in this conversation he knows he's wrong. He knows 100%. While he's explaining this to us, that he should have just said that, and he's just not. He won't give the satisfaction of saying, "Yeah, that would have probably made the video better."
I said broadcast, you motherfuckers. Broadcast.
Instead of just saying, "Yeah, it was stupid," he goes, "Broadcast means broadcast, motherfucker."
That's what I'm trying to get at.
That's why I said broadcast, you motherfuckers. Broadcast means broadcast.
Yeah, but broadcast by the letter of the law means
YouTube isn't considered a broadcaster.
That's what's very confusing. We're missing words.
If I said, like, if this was on TV, it would be illegal, and you guys are saying like, what size TV or something? Like,
no,
you know, like,
I don't think that's what we're saying at all.
Have to spin into that.
I don't think that's what we're saying at all. No. In all honesty, I think we're like, look. First of all, by the definition, the only people that are broadcasting are regular channels, like terrestrial television. It doesn't apply to.
And I can't stress enough. YouTube broadcast yourself was the slogan of this site. It had been gone for a few years by this point, but it was literally the fucking slogan of the website that we're on.
It doesn't apply to cable, and I think that's all verse is saying. That's all this verse is saying. that
with a very antagonistic tone. Look, guys.
I know we're really not.
You're making a mistake. You didn't catch me being misleading. Okay?
No, we never said you are.
I set this up in a way to
By the way, I think Half Baked might be back.
create a conversation. It's
Okay.
created the conversation.
All right.
It's being covered that way by the journalists.
Okay.
Nick didn't catch anyone over like an oversight of this because it's in the articles that are on his screen.
Okay.
So, good job. What did he accomplish there?
We just got monetized, by the way.
They're repeating things that are in the article and saying, "Wow."
I think here's what I think he accomplished. He accomplished first. Here's what I think he accomplished.
And do you know what Nerd City said after all this about Tommy coming in and being super kid glove with him and asking him these questions? He went to Tommy and he said, and I could pull it up. I could find Tommy saying it. He went to Tommy and he said, I thought I was one of the guys. I didn't know why he did that to me. I thought I was one of the guys. Well, I don't know what community you think that we run here, but we check people all the time. But that was legitimately the emotional blackmail that came out of that situation. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Clarified it. I think you put a different room at it. I mean, you may have won the argument at the end of the day, but he did clarify that broadcasting means something very fucking different from the legal perspective than it does literally. Like, yes, I'm literally broadcasting right now, but that's out of the government sees it. That's
cool. Then they started to have that conversation.
Oh, cool! It's
the way
law,
he said.
dude. The law is important.
Yeah, hold on.
Put it in his title.
Today's video
Nerd City made a huge mistake or something, or like I fucked up in the thumbnail.
He's mad that the thumbnail said I fucked up. I swear to God, I can't make this up.
Okay, now
he fucked up.
City made a huge mistake or something, or like I fucked up in the thumbnail. Okay, now who's clickbaiting there?
Not me! I'm sorry, dude. In this case, the 500 view shitter that you're debating about on a podcast was right for years.
I thought the clickbait. I thought the clickbait accusation was absolutely weak on his part, and I said that. I did say that. I said Nick's accusation of you clickbaiting I thought was very weak. I was very clear. And
fuck you, Tommy, for fucking being wrong.
Both me and Verse both stated implicitly that no party was being misleading. This simply comes down.
Clickbaiting because you said I fucked up or something in it.
Yes, he did, right? And you said Jake Paul broke the law. So I mean,
I didn't say he broke the law. I said if it was broadcast, it would break.
I didn't say he broke the law. I said if it was broadcast, he broke the law. Jake Paul's content is illegal to broadcast in the United States, the UK, and the EU. Do you not realize how that could be fucking interpreted? Do you realize that, that's something you ought to define? Because the takeaway in the comment section was that, by the way.
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio?
Flat out. By the way, yeah, that's also not how the line was read either.
Continue.
Today, I'm going to try to take a closer look at Jake Paul's success.
I don't respect you.
Oops, sorry.
Oh no! What am I gonna do?
Continue.
Today, I'm going to try to take a closer look at Jake Paul's successful merch line, as well as
reasons why Jake Paul vlogs are flat out against the law to broadcast in the United States, the United Kingdom, and the entire European Union. Come!
You don't find that being slightly misleading as the main segue for his video, where he puts in gigantic letters against the law overlaying his face? You don't think there's a slight chance someone's going to pull the wrong idea from
Today, I'm going to try to take a closer look at Jake Paul's successful merch line, as well as
reasons why Jake Paul vlogs are flat out against the law.
Flat out against the law.
To broadcast in the United States, the United Kingdom, and the entire European Union. Come with Dr. Download as we take a closer look inside the mind of Jake Paul.
Today, this wouldn't even be a full video for me, because as someone in the comments section says, this is a good video by Nerd City. I just had a problem that the main tagline of the
is
video
Bounty King
was
to you,
wildly
person?
misleading,
Who is Bounty
that the
King?
discourse being associated with it was wildly incorrect, because the video doesn't do a good job explaining what that actually means, and it's more of a clickbait buzzword to run the video and get it more views. When the reality of the situation is there's a lot of good shit in here. This is a very good video, just after like the 3-minute mark. It's just, that's the problem. And the main takeaway wasn't any of this really interesting shit, because he marketed it and talked to journalists and they wrote articles about it. And the main takeaway by the general audience is that, oh, he's just breaking the law. He's committing a crime.
The law.
In the title. Not in the title he said that.
I didn't say it in my title at all.
Okay.
And I said that with my mouth in the video.
All right. I mean, I don't think it was that.
Jeez, the gotcha stuff, guys. There's so much funny shit in there, okay?
Yeah.
Jake Paul is selling $20 million, $50 million worth of clip art stolen, probably.
Oh, no.
Who was that? Couldn't say. Nick, if you said, if Nerd City hit his girlfriend, he'd be an abuser, is something he would totally take issue. Like, if I just list a bunch of stuff that Jake Paul did, and then I said, that's right, and if I list a bunch of things that fucking Nerd City did, and then I go, if Nerd City hit his girlfriend, he'd be an abuser in the United States, the European Union, and anywhere with a modern legal code. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, he would, I guess. Yeah, it's probably not applicable to the current situation, but.
That was it.
What
You're going into something completely.
Paul is screaming in the face of babies.
Oh no! I wish you would have done more on that. I wish you would have played that up a little more.
Well, it was an introductory. It was like, I have to pick something to first start talking about, and then I move on. I feel like the attention span for some of the.
You're right. No one's arguing with you there.
That's the first fucking 10 seconds. You know, like, and then there's a lot of other stuff I was talking about. I feel like
look. No one's going to tell you how to make a YouTube video. We're criticizing not the way you put it together and what you decide to do. We're criticizing the clarity part. That we think the video would have been better if it was a bit more clear. But that is subjective criticism. In fairness to you.
All right, I got to take a piss real quick. I'm going to put this on the screen. I'll be back in like 30 seconds, but I actually really have to piss. Give me. I don't usually do this.
By Nicholas DeOrio, who gave him the suggestion that I need to hire Tommy just to destroy the show from the inside out. Like, where is the fucking
Hey, Boogie, why do you pretend like you're the boss now as soon as Keem leaves the stream?
Someone had to be. And
yeah, but why you, bro? You're the 1 HP groveler, bro. Can you just get the editor to come on here and click the live button so none of you guys have to think?
Yeah, good idea.
Get the only person who's under the age of 30 to run the stream.
Get Nick out of here and let Jordy read these donations so we get out of here.
All right, peace out, buddy. A lot has happened since we were last live. Statistically, it appears that Smaggle should win the vote. I mean, let's call a spade here, chat. I mean, Smaggle's won the vote. If you don't know what the vote is, Tommy has been fired, completely fired. He's off the show. We don't have to sit here and do the roundabout as to whether Keem has decided he's going to fire one of the show owners. Now, notice immediately after Tommy is fired, the discussion is no longer about, oh, Tommy needs to be bought out. All right, I'm sorry, I'm back. You know, the shit. Ooh, sorry, had to pee. By the way, while I was peeing, I checked Twitter, and I totally forgot about this. So, you know Nerd City, the guy who's emotionally blackmailed Tommy by being like, I thought I was one of the boys. Well, once he realized that he couldn't continue that, once that had to abruptly end, now he's going to destroy him. Like a comic book villain. Nerd, are you watching Tommy's stream right now? No, of course not. I'll download it for later. When I deal with him, he's scum. This guy sucks, dude. He sucks. I'm sorry. The new stuff just proves to me that he hasn't actually. I thought he changed. I apologize. I thought he was cooler now. I was wrong. This guy sucks so much, dude. He's insane. He's a crazy person. And then like, dude, so Colossal is crazy, and I didn't run this segment. I didn't even post this. I don't even think it's on my YouTube channel. It might be attached to a VOD. I might have unprivated recently, but I didn't cut this segment out to be like Nerd City defends Dr. Disrespect. I just talked about it because it was funny. Because the Dr. Disrespect cope was real. And Clown tells me right now, hello and welcome, man to man, he does not defend Dr. Disrespect, okay? I could even play what Clown told me on the stream. He said that there is a 90-10 where he's 90% sure that Dr. Disrespect is guilty, and he's just playing devil's advocate. I don't think that's the case, but that's just me. And just to specify, my problem is the stuff he's saying came from nowhere. This is not an active narrative. This is literally a fan fiction he's written. It comes off the fake email, and then he takes that one step further.
Encrypted and confusing as it was before, and everybody has universally condemned this. Mudahar has said he should be deplatformed and he's a scumbag. Critical says something bad about him, whatever. It's like everybody is all like condemning him and calling him a pedo, and they're saying that his tweets confirmed the allegations from the Twitch leak. But I don't think it's quite that clear, because what he did say...
So is he talking in this... Is he pretending to be a Doc Defender then? If he doesn't think it's that clear, because it sounds... All of the terminology he'll use throughout this whole thing is, I don't think. It is my opinion that. I think that. And then I'm now being told he's just playing the alternative perspective now that the take is bad. Like, I trust Clown, and I think he thinks that's true, but I don't.
From the Twitch leak. But I don't think it's quite that clear, because what he did say in that tweet... Okay, so first of all, there's two camps, basically, who are saying that they are former Twitch employees, and here's what was really happening. And they're the people who are putting their face and name to this allegation.
All right, people are telling me that I should play my response to that stream. I'm sorry. I will show you what I did. All right, listen. This was my response to Nerd City coming on the stream.
I'm Dr. Douchebag. Today we're going to be going through the A's, the B's, and the C's of how to present a functioning argument.
Okay, so that was my response to Nerd City, if you're wondering. I put on glasses, and I called myself Dr. Douchebag inside of his apartment on green screen. So if you were wondering how I responded to that, this was how that went.
Are saying that Dr. Disrespect was known to be sexting a minor, and that's why he was let go. And it's way worse than you could even imagine. And he knew it was a minor, and then he was grooming this fan of his to meet up at TwitchCon, and that's when they...
This is what happened. This is what happened by every source that was involved. The only thing that I would say, I guess I would give him some credibility on... Not credibility. I would give him credibility towards him. We don't know the nature of the messages. We don't know if he was actually planning on grooming this person and meeting them at TwitchCon. That's just what was said. But we know that Doc confessed to inappropriately messaging a minor. That's where it starts and ends.
They pulled the plug is they were basically trying to protect this fan of his from a sexual encounter, and then he was reported to...
And just to be clear, this occurs after Doc confessed. If you're wondering if this was just copium, because I was doing some copium ahead of time. Yeah, everyone else was. This is after he confessed.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And then there's another camp.
Actually, if it's National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, that would place this specific conversation after the Destiny and Slasher convo, because I'm pretty sure that's where that came from, because Slasher updated his article after Dan bullied him and then had him put that in. So that's on the timeline of when this was recorded.
Camp of people who claim to be former Twitch employees that say, okay, Twitch was split into two camps. There were people who had decided that Dr. Disrespect was toxic and had to go, and there was another group of people who thought that he was a big star, and the other side was crazy. And the people who decided he had to go, we were all aware that it was a matter of time before they found some way to get him. And what they did is deliberately misinterpret. There was basically like a he was providing some.
Now he's quoting the email. This is the email that came out, right? You could argue that he's presenting that side here, right? I still think he thinks this, but that's besides the point. There's an argument to be made. He's quoting the email, and by the way, the email is like it contradicts Doc's actual statement when it defends him. So it's like every person involved says that email is fake. The only thing that like people are hanging on to is the fact that it presents Doc in a better light, but it's not attached to anyone's name. There's no journalist that ran with that story. It's literally something that any person on Twitter could have fucking fabricated, posted, and handed to Papa Stanimus, and it got a fucking million likes or whatever the fuck was on it. Okay, there's literally nothing that indicates that this is legitimate. No other employees have come out. There's been no other leaks associated with it. It is literally an email that was posted to Twitter. It means nothing.
Service where he would, if you were a wannabe Twitch streamer, he would coach you into getting more views on Twitch or something. And he said that they said the name of that service within Dr. Disrespect's community had like an innuendo in it and could be read multiple ways. So when I read that, I was like, okay, it must have been called something like Mustache Rides.
Okay, so now we've left the hypothetical where he's pretending, and that is through the first person. He thinks that Doc got canned because he thinks he ran mustache rides. There's nothing, I've never seen a piece of paper that says he runs mustache rides or the Big Dick Club, okay? That is Nerd City's brainchild.
He had like an
He's just theory crafting. He's writing a fan fiction about how he wouldn't be a pedophile.
Innuendo in it and could be read multiple.
So like when you say he's taking both sides of the situation, no. He's explaining the side that happened. Then he's presenting a side that there's literally no evidence that supports it. And then he's taking it a step further and theory crafting the perfect Dr. Disrespect isn't a pedophile story. And I'm expected to believe that that's not what's happening here.
Ways. So when I read that, I was like, okay, it must have been called something like Mustache Rides or like the Big Dick Club or something, or the Dick and Bigoting Club, right? So somebody, do you know what the name of it was? We still don't know the
Dick
name.
and Bigoting
So when I
Club.
heard that, I was like, oh, I see. So if
And he says, like, we still don't know the name of it, as if this is a thing. Like, he's asking, guys, do you know what the name of his club was, where he's had, like, just his sexual innuendo in the streamer camp? Oh, well, we don't know the name yet, but I hope we find the name out.
We still don't know the name. But so when I heard that, I was like, oh, I see. So if someone wants to read it as the name of this conversation...
He's still painting Doc as a creep, though? No, he's not.
It's Mustache Rides. Then the whole thing looks like it's an innuendo. Then it looks like this is a sexting conversation, right? He's providing some service of...
Yeah, he did admit, but he didn't admit exactly what, that there was inappropriate conversations.
He said they were a minor and they leaned too much towards being inappropriate.
Dude, he's not trying to paint him bad here. I'm sorry. He is going out of his way. He's dodging bullets like Neo in the Matrix.
They were a minor and they leaned too much towards being inappropriate. That's literally what he said. And we don't know what that means yet. Like I want to see this conversation.
He never actually revealed the age either.
Thanks, Pyro. Yeah, he never did reveal the age.
And I remember in his initial statement,
or gender.
He said,
or gender.
Yeah, he said minor, and then he edited it to say individual, and then it's like, oh wait, you can actually... I don't know why he did that, because obviously everyone would be screenshotting it anyway for their little like drama videos, but at the same time, it's like, you literally have an option to see the post history if something's been edited. Like, that is clear as day. It's almost like, you know how you don't see, you see replies you don't like on Twitter and you hide them? It's almost like giving it more attention because there's that little tab that comes down. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Pyro. I think when you block people out, you actually make their voices louder. What does Nerd City think about that, Mr. Discord moderator?
You hide them. It's almost like giving it more attention because there's that little tab that comes down. It's like, oh yeah, look all the people.
I think it was just being a bit boomer.
Oh, he didn't say anything. He actually doesn't agree with that.
He was messaging someone on Twitch Whispers, like, of all places.
Yeah, I mean, we need to see what the messages were. We need to see the context. We need Twitch to reveal and confirm it. We need
But I have no problem with this either. I do think Twitch should reveal the context, 100%.
Know what the exact reason was why Twitch have waited so long to reveal and confirm it. There's just so much that needs to come out before anyone can do anything other than speculate.
And people are saying he tweeted something that 100% confirms the allegations. It's like, no, not quite, because the allegations are very specific, and he's literally saying it starts with, I'm not a predator, I'm not a pedo, don't apply the worst labels you can think of to me. Fuck
Am I
you if you-
crazy? Like, this is his perspective. He's not arguing from a fucking... He's not playing devil's advocate. This is his opinion. Better or for worse, just admit it's yours, okay?
Do that. But here's what I did do, and I take responsibility for it. I was talking to someone who was underage. I shouldn't have done that. And too often it went...
This is like when you're talking to somebody who just starts spouting off every JQ talking point. They're like, listen, I'm just doing the research. You know, I just want to know what other opposing views are out there. And you just start talking about Jews in the banks. It's like, okay, but dude, I'm starting to think that you kind of subscribe to this. No. I'm just pointing out that there's a lot of them that work in the banks.
Lean towards...
Oh, we really needed the devil's advocate of that position.
Being inappropriate. So that last part is not good. Like, he's definitely admitting he did something wrong. But we don't know what that means yet, right?
People are definitely assuming the worst, and maybe it is the worst. There's a good argument to be made for why they're assuming the worst, because Dr. Disrespect did such a poor, piss job of, like, explaining it. Like, it was atrocious.
Both times as well.
I mean, you
What
saw
were
his
saying,
comeback
Niall?
stream as well. He ended his comeback stream, like, as soon as he pretty much saw the message that the video game company he was working with, I think they're called something Midnight, they basically just let him go.
Midnight Society.
But yeah, you were mentioning about why were Twitch so quiet. It was definitely a legal thing, like NDAs on both sides. I mean, that might be a reason why he was still so vague. Like, the minor might actually be like a protected person or something because of the lawsuit.
I think that's bollocks. I think that's total bollocks.
I don't know. That could just be a possibility.
I think they only haven't spoken about it yet because A, it makes them look really bad.
I mean, the
and B,
ex-employees were doing
because
it.
they'd have to reveal that Twitch employees were able to see these private messages, these whispers.
Yeah, I don't know about the second one, but you're probably right about the first one. I mean, there were ex-Twitch...
And if you know why, if you're wondering why we're listening to this still, because we haven't gotten to the bad part yet. That was just the added context I didn't play last time to showcase that this is in fact Nerd's position.
Employees, apparently he was going on tour with his band because he had a band on the side with some mates or something. And he was basically saying, like, if you come to my band, I'm going to tell you why Dr. Disrespect was banned.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a couple years prior.
Did you hear Nerd City groan because he didn't agree? No, that was performative. He was playing the alternative perspective.
Problem with him for a while.
He's just really dedicated to the role.
And then another ex-Twitch employee was like, I've read the whispers. It horrifies me. There are other streamers that are doing this as well. You know, almost like alluding that there's more to come out. But they are also ex-employees, and apparently a lot of them were fired by Twitch. They didn't choose to leave, so it might just almost be like a personal vendetta thing, like trying to slate Twitch as much as they can. It's weird. Like they knew about it and they're being very quiet about it. I remember when Miskiff was interviewing the CEO of Twitch, the guy that looks like, you know, white-haired Jesus, and Miskiff asked him on the podcast, like, what can you say about the Dr. Disrespect stuff? This is like months ago, maybe even years ago. And then he just goes on this weird rant about being abducted by aliens or something, you know, just trying to make such a distance between any actual allegation as much as possible.
So we know that something bad happened. Twitch had a problem with it. Dr. Disrespect says that it was inappropriate. We don't know the gender or the age of the person, but everyone is just kind of overlaying this assumption that it was someone who was really close to 18 and it was a female.
No. I think they could be 14. I think they could be 15. I think if they were really close to being 17 and 18, I think he would have said so. I don't think it's a 17-year-old. I think people are being overly charitable because they want the least bad option. I've said this on stream multiple times. They go, Nicholas, do you think that would make it better? Yes, I do. Because I think if it was a 9-year-old, it would be worse. 100%. Do I think that it would be good if a 31-year-old was talking to a 17-year-old? No. I think it would be bad. Do I think it would be worse if they're 12? Yeah. 100%. Do I think that if Doc was caught talking to a 17-year-old, that'd be the first fucking thing out of his mouth? Yes. I don't think they're 17.
Oh
but,
yeah,
but we don't know because
the other side of things.
Then there was there was the trans sex worker who just
Yeah, dude, he's really playing devil's advocate here, dude. He's really playing devil's advocate here.
Then there was the trans sex worker who just dumped DMs and showed that Dr. Disrespect was rizzing her up in DMs and asking for cam shows, and then blocked her.
What was the other one he said? He's like, "Can I let it go now? Can I release my load to this in the leaked DMs?"
Yeah, and that was an adult sex worker trans woman.
You're saying that it's still bad if they're close to 18, but it's better than if it was a younger person considering the victim's age. Well, yes, not to sound like a turbo pedophile, because everyone who says stuff like this in normal context is probably a turbo pedophile. But yes, the term pedophile refers to prepubescent children. So if that's like a huge factor, if this person's 11 or 12, then that word would be much more applicable than a 17-year-old. The way it's colloquially used on the internet. There would be a huge differential there in this case. And I think everyone knows that. They just wouldn't use the different ebophile cringe terminology to say it. They'd be like, that's a prepubescent child. What the fuck?
So people are just assuming it's a 17-year-old girl that he was grooming or whatever. We have no idea what this was.
Second most embarrassing
could be
DMs
way
to ever
worse.
drop.
It's impossible to know.
A trans sex worker has come forward claiming Dr. Disrespect cheated on his wife with them in 2017. The same year he was caught.
Yeah, the younger it is, the more guilty Doc is. If the victim's 16 or 15, it would be more critical than if they were 17. Yeah.
Talking to a minor. They go on to show detailed Twitter DMs where Doc...
All right, let's see when he starts talking.
I genuinely... I think that...
That's that. It's like they're just entirely based on...
that claims that...
Whispers end.
So one of the Twitch leaks that claims that... so the side that Dr. Disrespect is like super guilty, we reported him to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. That side of things is saying... Dr. Disrespect knew that she was under 18. There was no confusion.
Okay, just to be clear, there is no other side. Those aren't people. There's nothing even dictating that they're people. There are fans of Dr. Disrespect who are going off of nothing. Okay? And then there are the people who are exposing Dr. Disrespect, who are, by the way, not showing their faces, not showing their names. There's things to criticize there, too. I've done it on my streams. Right? But Nick Merckx is not this side. Who's the other guy? The guy who kind of looks like Leon Lush. Tim the Tatman. Tim the Tatman is not on this side either. His own friends have fucking disowned him. His company dropped him. It's disputed whether it was a mutual parting ways. But, like, the people you'd expect to be in this hypothetical camp that Nerd is creating aren't on that team.
About this, and he continued. Okay, so that's the one side. The other side is
poisoning the well with the trans sex. No, don't say that. Don't say that. He would never.
He didn't know when he started the conversation that she was a minor. He found out later. And the entire theme of the conversation was named after some sort of sexual pun that had to do with growing your channel. I don't know what to think about this, but I have a feeling that the side that reported it, I have a hope, really, because like I don't want him to be a predator, and I don't know if he is yet.
He's really playing this. I'm sorry.
Oh, and the other side is saying it was entrapment, like that some Twitch employee was the person posing.
If it was entrapment, who cares? You know who was entrapped? EDP 445
as the minor. Like that's.
It only matters if you're not sending him to jail. That's where it matters if you entrap somebody and you fucked up the case for everybody.
A possibility. The other side hasn't said that that's not the case.
That would be irrelevant, though, right? Wouldn't it be?
He's not that good of an actor. Have you seen Dr. Downvote?
A Chris Hansen situation.
Chris Hansen type of thing, yeah. But then at least there isn't a victim.
Yeah, it's like
right?
there'd be
so
no jail, but still Korea in complete tatters.
But if Twitch did know and deliberately didn't disclose it for reasons that
so on Clown here says if he was a police officer, he would plant fake evidence on pedophiles. It's pretty funny, but we don't need to hear it.
Tested this and said, like, I didn't do anything wrong, no laws were broken, and you need to stop saying these allegations. They lost that. So it would have been in Twitch's interest to come out and spoil him for YouTube and say, hey, this guy is rizzing up minors in DMs.
I
That's
agree.
not cool here, and that shouldn't be cool.
I think they should have done that.
Thrown around like YouTube knew
for him a contract. Because they thought he was like, they didn't behind, but didn't offer him a contract. because they thought he was like, they didn't want to be
Sorry, I didn't realize it went on so long about
associated
this.
with the brand because they knew that there was a scandal that some people in Twitch. So like YouTube reached out.
The contract thing makes no sense, by the way. I don't know if he's trying to explain this, but he's 100% right if he is. Why would YouTube not offer Dr. Disrespect a contract? Well, it's because there were whispers. No. YouTube didn't offer Dr. Disrespect a contract because there was nowhere else to go. Mixer had folded, Kick hadn't begun yet, and Twitch fired him. What else was there? You're going to sign an exclusive contract so he can't go to Facebook? Really? That's really an option? He's going to go to Facebook? Is he going to stream on D Live? You're going to sign an exclusive D Live deal? No. YouTube didn't offer him a contract because he had nowhere else to go where he would be viewed by millions and millions of people. It was the only shop to enter. That's why he didn't get a contract.
Out to Twitch and said, hey, what's the problem? And they went, there's some shady stuff with DMs. And so YouTube didn't offer him a big contract.
Would he have gone on Kick? Kick didn't exist yet.
Well, that's the thing. Did they say there was some shady stuff going on, or did they give specifics? Well, again, we need to know that information. We need to know what they were told.
Yeah.
And despite the fact, okay, fine, YouTube didn't offer him a contract, but they still allowed him on the platform. Someone they've just been potentially informed was a predator. Right, so that's bad for YouTube as well. I mean, so again, like, we need to know the details.
If YouTube thought he was a pedophile but had no distinct proof on it, they probably still would have offered him a contract if they thought it would have been profitable in the short term. That's how little I think of YouTube. I don't think they'd care. Even if they knew, I don't think they'd care. They'd still sign him until it was public and they'd pretend they didn't know. Especially if it was an under-the-table conversation. 100%.
It's like Twitch needs to...
If there's no evidence that it would ever come back that YouTube knew about it, or there was plausible deniability, yeah, they'd sign him for that big money if they thought he'd go somewhere else.
To post this, Twitch needs to make a statement.
For sure, but for what matters too? If it makes them look bad because they saw this going on and didn't tell the public. It's just like I'm not sure that could be the reason. And also, if the reason that they're not telling anyone because it makes them look bad would be because they had an NDA where they shouldn't have released DMs, like that those were had an expectation of privacy, and so they shouldn't have been reading them and sharing them to anyone, and they were sending them to Slasher. They were sending...
Slasher never saw them, but he didn't have the context here to know that, because I genuinely thought that was the case at this point. Plant... Here.
In the door. I'm planting evidence because if I know for 100% certainty within my mind that this guy...
I'm really disappointed in you, Chat. Chat thinks that he would bring up the trans sex worker to try to draw attention away from what Doc did. And I think that that's really fucked up personally, and I think that it's kind of messed up that you'd assign that to him.
Is guilty, but we need fucking evidence. I'm gonna fucking plant it.
I'm planting
that
evidence.
Sounds like what the disrespect side of the Twitch leaks is saying was happening. That there were people who like morally felt obligated to cancel Dr. Disrespect, and they were planting evidence. That's kind of like, that's the other version of this. Is they were saying that they were gonna get him on something, they didn't care what, and they looked for something to deliberately get him on. You know. And maybe what they actually didn't like about him was he's like
a predator and they know
masculine.
he's a predator, then all right, fair enough. But just because they don't like him or he's said some things that they don't like, then of course, obviously not.
I'm worried that it's that though.
He's really dedicated to this role.
That they don't like, then of course, obviously not.
I'm worried that it's that though. I just want that to be ruled out. That's why I need to see these text messages.
But what makes you think that?
Because like, look, if it's real and he actually was...
What makes you think that, Nerd City? What's your example?
Like wildly inappropriate with a minor, if he was grooming them to meet up, if anything like that really looks the way they're making it sound, okay. But I do have a doubt in my mind, because think about what was going on with Twitch at that time. There was someone from the trust and safety team who had the pronouns of dear.
Yeah, dude, this guy is playing devil's advocate. I'm sorry, it's this. Dude, I'm fucking done. This is insane. I feel like I'm being gaslit, dude. I love Clown to death. I think he's wrong. I think he's wrong.
But I do have a doubt in my mind because think about what was going on with Twitch at that time. There was someone from the trust and safety team who had the pronouns of deer, right? It's like they were running a very, very woke contingent of that company. And so I can see them maybe thinking that Dr. Disrespect is not the kind of guy that they wanted to have be a star anymore. And so for the greater good of, you know, maybe having someone like I Show Speed or Kai Cenat be the star, we got to knock off this toxic masculine guy, you know, this white guy, right? So like...
Okay. He's playing devil's advocate, and his position is that Twitch is wiping out the masculine white men to pave the way for the blacks because the deer gender is running the asylum. Which email had that on there?
Off this someone like I Show Speed or Kai Cenat be the star. We got to knock off this toxic masculine guy, you know, this white guy, right? So like I just want to make sure that this was not a fucking dirty trick played on it.
A dirty trick.
Why don't Twitch just come out and say,
I just want to make sure it's not a dirty trick.
We cannot reveal this information because we are under NDA contract.
It's literally Twitch's great replacement.
Because if they put out a statement saying we can't say anything, our hands are tied, they'd probably lose a fuck ton of shareholders.
I just think if the company that had the game with investigated and then dropped him because of it, does make it seem pretty likely he's guilty. Obviously,
yeah, when you word it like that, it's crazy. So Dr. Disrespect says he messaged a minor inappropriately, and then it's like, I'm just making sure it's not a dirty trick.
Just assume it, but
yeah,
he definitely looks guilty.
They must have. They would have had to find something to drop him because of it.
It doesn't look good, but it might have just been that they talked to these people who were like, "Hey, I used to work at Twitch, and he was having inappropriate messages with minors. I saw it with my own eyes." Okay, and he was planning to meet. They just say it convincingly to his partners at the video game company, and that's all we know that they heard, right? Because even the fucking video game company is not saying we are appalled at this.
Okay, I've shown enough context, right? This is his position. Is there any doubters that he's playing a character right now? That Dr. Downvote is the alter that's talking right now.
It's literal thing that he said to the girl
about what they found,
right?
They
Yeah,
just had to
there's
say,
still
we had to act. It's all bizarre. The game dropped.
Is there any doubt left that am I being gaslit? Because I mean, I'm watching this, right? By the way, Clown, I do want to make sure I'm getting his fucking perspective here, and I'm not going to get it from him. So I if you could watch the clip again of the Dr. Disrespect, I can send you a timestamp and let me know. Because I think the quote was, I'm worried that that's it. I'm worried that that's true. And then he goes into the whole, there's a deer person working there, the Kai Cenat black people thing, move the blacks in, move the whites out. He qualifies that as, I'm worried, I need to see the messages to rule that out because X.
Well, the clip, obviously, but I was a part of that conversation. I promise you, he was playing devil's advocate.
He was playing it in the beginning, but when he transitions it to, I'm worried, this is my feeling, then I'm a little bit more concerned.
You're not always 100% in control of your sentence structure on a podcast, you know. So
I don't know.
So maybe he should have rephrased that better to make it more obvious what he meant.
Because the email didn't mention anything about the deer girl. That was introduced by him, you know? Like that was that didn't come up in this drama.
5 years ago too, right?
Yeah, the deer girl thing was all him.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
The percentage he uses was like 90% sure that Dr. Disrespect was guilty of all the charges levied against him, and then 10% not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could be speaking out. I mean, I get that people go after me like over that too. I'm just kind of
so maybe I'm crazy.
Live.
Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not being gaslit. Maybe that's the truth. I think from Cloud's perspective, I think that he's thinking it's this. I don't think he's lying to me right now. But no, I think Nerd Cities fucking thinks that. I think Nerd City's afraid to tell everybody that it's not 90-10. It's actually 10-90. And that he thinks that there's a fucking heist going on over at twitch.tv right now that he got away with it. And I think that, hypothetically, if Dr. Disrespect's chess tweet is real, and he comes out and debunks all the allegations and puts egg on my face, I think that Nerd City is going to come out and say he's been defending him privately the entire time, and he knew he was right. That's how confident I am. I think he's just too afraid to say it publicly because he'll start getting backlash for stuff that's not about NFTs or not being nice to artists and other shit that does not matter from his past. Because people don't hate Nerd City because he's spurgy. Well, maybe they do now. People don't hate Nerd City because he's manipulative. People don't hate Nerd City because his videos are fucking egregious and they contain certain spells of misinformation in really awkward times. People hate Nerd City because he's mean to artists and he made NFTs and he likes crypto. So they're not on our side on this one either. Our side. You understand what I'm saying? Like they don't agree with me either. So I'm kind of speaking to a void right now. But the part that gets me is that he can draw these crazy hypotheticals about mustache rides and how the fucking trans people are taking over Twitch and wiping out all the and then his videos, he says shit like this.
Lele's video is a softcore porn about statutory rape.
No, it's not. It is not a softcore porn about statutory rape. That is not what it is, even in the slightest. That is an insane fucking argument to put forward. Okay? The guy who looks at Dr. Disrespect and his first thought is, well, he confessed, but it's not as simple as you might think.
What is Bunty King to you? A person? Who is Bunty King?
Says this video is a softcore porn about statutory rape.
A class full of female students start acting like animals in heat the second they see their teacher, and then fight amongst themselves over who's gonna sleep with them first. During gym class,
the concept of the video is stupid. They're talking about how, ooh, who's gonna be the first one to kiss the hot substitute teacher? Okay? That's it. He explains it as, who's gonna fuck the new teacher? That's insane.
And then fight amongst themselves over who's gonna sleep with them first. During gym class, the sexy educator pits the students against each other in a no-rules, dirty dancing competition. Whoever's dancing turns them on the most gets to bang him.
Wow me.
You get all of this. Lele, shoeless and now braless.
Shoeless. I know exactly where you were watching this video. Shoeless and now braless.
You wow me.
You get all of this. Lele, shoeless and now braless at school, is playing a child character here. And in case...
Wait, okay, so Lele, who's playing a senior in high school, is playing a child character?
Shoeless and now braless at school, is playing a child character here.
I don't have a problem if you agree with this take. I have a problem with Nerd City for having that take about Dr. Disrespect. If this is the take that he wants to have here, and then he's running fucking Dr. Defense for Mr. Disrespect, then yeah, that's crazy.
And in case you thought the no bra was an oversight by Wardrobe, it sure seems to have been a deliberate choice in order to set up this visual. Adult teachers who prey on their underage students are a horrific concern for parents.
Thanks.
Not a scenario they would ever want to normalize for their preteen kids. The entire fantasy is incredibly taboo, especially for children's programming, and even if it were intended as adult content.
He's watching the stream. He's watching. Hi, nerd. Hope you're doing good. He's watching us now. Sick. Well, you wanted it. That's fine. Cool. I was going to find a tweet because I wanted to pull up the time that he... I think, didn't he... Hold on. Let me see. Let's see if it's real. Okay. So this is the research Nerd City does. Instead of telling you what the definition of the word broadcast is, he nearly builds up an entire supercut of all the times that Lele holds up and drops her boobs, bounces them braless, or smacks them like you showed. But I wondered if I step out of frame, would the section be clipped and re-uploaded to a wank bank? Her deleted Instagram stories are currently being curated on Pornhub. So this guy did a lot of research and watched every Lele Pons video to create a boob bouncing compilation for his project. This guy is fucking... So when he said shoeless and now braless, I think that he was aroused. Okay, I think his position was that he was very aroused that was occurring.
Would still be very edgy. In smut videos,
And like, so like even in the video itself, when he goes like, "You get all this," it's like a dream sequence. It's looking at it from the girl's perspective. He doesn't actually say that.
playing a child
And the context was a kiss.
character here. And in case you thought the no bra was a no rules dirty dancing competition. Whoever's dancing
Like the whole joke is that this guy is, and it's not a funny joke, but that this guy is not actually saying all this stuff. It's entirely in the girls' heads.
would still be very edgy. In smut videos, the student-teacher dynamic is typically set in college, wink wink.
Dude, this guy is literally like giving us the definition of porn right now. Like this is what's happening right here.
Smut videos.
This guy, as a gooner, okay, I can tell you that when we're watching those education videos, they pretend they're in college for the wink winkers out there.
The student-teacher dynamic is typically set in college.
This guy's, that's why he doesn't post. He's too busy gooning.
Wink wink. And feature adult characters, or else it's asking for trouble from the Department of Justice and can't be bought with a credit card.
Thanks, Nerd City. I appreciate that.
There are no rules. Lele can stupidly say it's for 8.
What is he?
But
What is he doing to her chest? Who animated her breasts? Oh, is that?
YouTube didn't have rules.
That's.
Lele can stupidly.
No, he animated her tits jiggling because everyone else isn't moving.
And can't be bought with a credit card. There are no rules. Lele can stupidly.
I didn't even know he did that.
It's for 8-year-olds.
He's just animating her tits jiggling.
YouTube didn't have to agree.
In the video, when your boyfriend cheats on you, Lele Pons has a problem. Her boyfriend is seeing another girl behind her back, and her friends have brought the proof. So what's the solution?
You're gonna make him jealous. Make him regret it. Oh! Get it? So how do we do it?
Buy makeup.
Look what we got online for you. It's the
This is the plot of every teen girl movie. Every one of them.
Cover Girl Katy Cat Pro collection. It's gonna be so pretty on you.
How is Nerd City on YouTube this big of a moral but he calls all of his friends that if they don't ban somebody on Discord in private? I don't understand. Like, Nerd City on fucking streams is nuclear. Nerd City on YouTube is literally just like the content police.
And for limited time only, make sure you get it online.
What the fuck? Hey, little girl, when you get dumped, the way to fix it is to start covering your
Have you watched a single Disney movie?
face and makeup. 27 million views on this piece of shit commercial. GG on the promo, YouTube. Sincerely, Cover Girl.
I apply some of the makeup, everything that CoverGirls wants me to promote.
I love you, Lele.
If you're trying to deceive children into liking certain brands,
It was also in the description.
that's one of the scummiest things.
But I guess the children part is the children don't care about the description. They're getting the message.
You can do
That's not how you use that term.
in entertainment.
You want me
Sorry.
back? I don't. So I win.
The sponsorship disclosure is buried under the fold and below her socials with obscured phrase.
There was something else to this too. I don't remember though. I need Willie to help me. Because this was 4 years ago, buddies. This predates Colossal's most recent upload. I think I remember there was something off about it, but I just don't have memory that far back.
This. Yeah.
My speech. You see, I knew you were cheating on me before you told me that you were cheating on me. What she said. I'm not even her because I knew everything. You want me back? I don't. So I win.
So they did all their makeup bad on purpose? Is that... I didn't realize that. Wait, all of them did their makeup poorly. Why are her lips blue?
My speech. You see, I knew you were cheating on me before you told me that you were cheating on me. What she said. I'm not even her because I knew everything. You want me back? I don't. So I win. Boom. So what do you have to say for yourself?
Lele, I'm so sorry. How did you know we were engaged?
What?
Shut up, guys. Shut up. Shh.
And we're moving to Africa.
What?
To live with her parents.
What? I was not expecting this.
And now that you know, can you do me a favor?
The plan failed. I'm actually hurt.
She doesn't have a lot of friends, so can you do me one favor?
What?
I did too.
So she doesn't even win. The whole thing is that you have to own your boyfriend, you need to look prettier, and then she loses. That's the joke. The joke is that she doesn't win. It's a skit. I don't get what the problem is. Like, yeah, it's taking a trope and then it subverted it poorly because she's not funny, but it's a fucking joke. Okay, cool. That's what I remember that one was. It was the end of the video, yeah. Do we have, if we're just running through everything and he fucking blocked me or whatever, where is the Bo Blacks clip? Nerd City Bo Blacks. Where's the Bo Blacks Nerd City clip? So Bo Blacks got into a fight with Nerd City 5 years ago. And then I think 2 years ago, he tried to join his NFT server. And Willie's like, yeah, Bo Blacks is in here. Why? He bought an NFT. He wants to say hi. And he goes, fuck that guy. Where is this? Nerd City is dishonest.
All the way through. Never words.
He's down there.
He said something interesting that I think could add insight to like the video's creation or what happened.
Bo Blacks, we're talking to you, Bo Blacks.
Dude,
we
it's
see you
fucking
down there. We see you, John.
Cool.
We see you.
Bo Black's really in here.
Oh yeah, I love that guy though.
Yeah, I do not.
Hanging around.
Dude, this guy holds grudges longer than I do. I'm actually insanely hype on this.
I do not.
No, I'll tell him why I don't. When I uploaded that video about YouTube's biggest lie, where CeeLo and I had gone through, checking and double checking our research on these banned words, and I wouldn't put a video like that live without checking it. I mean, really wanted to make sure we got that right. And so when we did, and we posted up and we put the Excel spreadsheet, like that was all correct information. And later it would be confirmed by YouTube as they repeated our experiment and found that it was right. So it was right. It's not a matter of opinion.
You got schooled.
But what Bo Blacks did...
He got one guide by a random idiot on Twitter who had basically no pull about how the word restaurant surely doesn't get your video demonetized, okay? And instead of just basking in the fact that he had a 1 out of 10 and his video is performing super well, he spent hours researching, double-checking his numbers on the off chance that he's wrong. And he is literally like... And it's his fault that he got locked in on this random Twitter altercation that basically nobody would have seen to begin with.
Immediately when we put up the videos, he shot from the hip to try and take the spotlight, and he goes,
to try and take the spotlight.
That's a very... Oh, if you have any criticism, you're just trying to steal my spotlight. No,
yeah, it's because I can't. So things religion and I think
that needed to talk to us. So we were talking to the people who were suing YouTube. FairTube reached out to us. We had lawyers talking to us. There was a lot of important discussions to have.
Yeah, he thinks the Bo Blacks were gonna replace Dr. Disrespect at Twitch. Good point.
To have in that moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Bo Blacks basically tied us up. Chasing our tails just to get some attention for himself. He's basically saying we were lying, and he made a 30-tweet storm about it, where it was like, oh, this can't be right. This is a lie. I can't believe it. He's just guessing that we were lying. So CeeLo, when someone when your peers raise
there's
a
a difference.
Question about whether you're telling
lying
the truth or not, like,
implies malicious intent.
It's worth taking seriously.
I just changed the title of the stream to Nerd City is watching my stream in a Discord call, probably. I added the probably because I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure. So I put it in the title. Okay.
And so that was taken seriously, and it shouldn't have been, because when
and it's probably him doing that in either the United States, the European Union, or the UK. Just to be clear.
Finally tested those words. He just goes, I just put in some of these words and I checked them and they're right, so I'm just going to delete the tweets.
Yeah, allegedly.
So he made a little video, said he was going to delete the tweets, deleted 30 tweets, and then deleted that video tweet. So it was kind of like
video tweet,
the crime
not YouTube
evaporated.
video.
It's fucking
okay.
Wait, so you removed the tweets that were misinformation? He's mad at you
and
for
there were
that?
a lot of people
I don't get
who saw
it.
that and never
delete them up.
Maybe they went to bed.
Pause. I have a couple things to say.
Dude, there were like 15 people who saw Bo Blacks' tweet. They went to bed the next day, and then they just thought Nerd City was a fucking loser. Wait, I'm so confused. Wasn't your whole argument that people are going to do their research when you were talking about your misinformation you put in your Jake Paul video? I'm pretty sure your whole argument was, well, Nick did his research, surely every YouTube commenter is. So when Bo Blacks puts something out, corrects it, and deletes all the tweets, well, he's still a bad guy because there are some people who saw it who got the wrong idea and never saw the correction? Ooh. ooh, that's a bit of a contradiction. I don't know.
Or maybe you didn't think I would end up doing my own research.
That's a bit of a contradiction in the United States, the UK, and the European Union.
And if I didn't end up doing my own research and I continued spouting about it for days and made a YouTube video, fine. I get being annoyed at that. That would have been super shitty of me. Especially if I like just kept saying like something as a fact when it wasn't, and I didn't do my due diligence. But yeah, I don't know why he had to respond to me. I didn't ask him to respond to me. Or maybe I did. Maybe I did add him. I really don't remember. I can't imagine that I did. But here's the thing, like, if he is so confident in his research on the video that he's been doing for months and months and months, why would he waste time chasing his tail when
I don't know.
He knows he's right? Why would
I have no idea.
Take time double checking and triple checking just because some random guy who watched this video once was skeptical on Twitter? Like, what? Was he really not confident in his research? He does months and months of research, puts out this video, and then one guy on Twitter causes him to try to recheck and double check and waste valuable time. Like, if the time was valuable, then use it properly. It's not my fault that you misused your time. You could have just talked to the lawyers or whatever. You could have like DM'd me later if I continued being a nuisance about it, whatever. There's so many ways you could have went about this. I get being annoyed, but there's ways you could have handled it better too. But also, like...
So, just to be clear, I want to get to the cave part, and then I just want to I want to take ownership of something. I legitimately thought this guy was changed. So I've been like trying to make amends with him for years, and I'm going to explain that to you too. Because if he blocked me, then it's all off. Whatever. Let's do it. But let me see. Cave. Where is the cave? This is great. Here. This is what we're all here for.
Seen this video he posted where he went into a cave by himself.
This is where it gets
and it's
good.
like that's a
Now he's mad that Josh went into a cave. Like he's like Iron Man with a box of
involve
scraps.
myself with someone who does things like that. Also, one of the DMs I had with him before, I had fucking seen this video he posted where he went into a cave by himself.
This is where it gets
and it's
good.
like that's a very unsafe thing to do. Okay, like you should not go spelunking by yourself without telling anybody where you are. You shouldn't do it without like proper
Like he remembers everything, dude. This guy is literally the only person on the platform more stubborn than I am.
equipment. You shouldn't do it untrained. And he posted this video where he goes into a hole in the middle of a field and is
I
like,
think I might remember this one. This is a classic, isn't it?
dude, I was concerned. I was like, did you tell anybody where you went? Like,
He didn't say that in
Did you
DMs,
really
by the
just
way.
do that with only like
I showed the DMs
the light on your phone? You didn't bring a flashlight or whatever. So I was like,
Yeah, you fucking retard. You went into the caves by yourself?
you know, trying to figure out if that was a meme or if he was reposting another video. I was like concerned about it or whatever.
And by the way, for years, Nerd City would show up in like any hate stream. Like he was in the stream where Salvo was like saying that he was going to drop my nude images. Obviously, they were fake, right? But Nerd City was patiently awaiting my nudes to drop on someone's live stream. He was screenshotted in the chat, fucking supporting the stream. It's insane.
It was kind of
like the amount of like vitriol this guy has over me over a fight we had in 2018 is absurd.
like an exciting video. If someone is doing like a impromptu spelunking adventure.
What is he talking
It wasn't
about?
So I asked him, I
impromptu,
DM'd him, I was
what?
like, I can't believe you did that.
So
Like,
many
you know, I
assumptions
was
here.
asking him for more details about it.
Dude, he paints you as like the biggest fucking asshole retard.
That's not legal to broadcast. Yeah, not in the EU, the UK, or the United States.
Not only does he say that you fucking lied about him, but he also goes into like a whole...
So that happens. Here, I'm going to be honest about this whole fucking thing. I'm going to be completely clear. Everything is out there in the public now. Okay? Here. So in 2022, I thought it would probably be smart to apologize to Nerd City privately for the things that I did do wrong. Like, I was pretty unhinged in fucking DMs and stuff like that when I first got started on YouTube. And I was certainly wrong about some of the stuff that we argued about for like the past 3 years. Not most of it, but certainly wrong about it. But I felt like that Nerd City was taking out his anger towards me on my friends, Josh, Augie, Tommy. Tommy was trying to reciprocate some sort of a friendship with him. And he was like in the call and he goes, I think Nick is going to dox me because he uses the term lolcow in his videos. And he's probably affiliated with like the Kiwi Farms. And I went like, what the fuck? And I left that call. But I was involved in like discussions about like repairing their friendship. Right? So I wrote, "Hey dude, you're under no obligation to do anything, and I don't plan to intrude publicly or even tell them I'm reaching out to you, so I'm doing this on behalf of my friends." A lot of drama happened 2 years ago, so this is 2022. I'm discussing drama that occurred in 2020. It's been 4 years since then. Even till I'm reaching out to you, a lot of the drama 2 years ago is something I don't look back on with a positive lens. I still hold a few of the same beliefs, the ones I explained to you tonight. But I went about it in a really stupid way. I know a lot of my friends have burned bridges with you since then, and I think they were just defending me. Things between us got way more heated than it needed to be, and I get hating me, but I think a few people got caught in the middle, and they're not bad people. That being said, it's 2 years. I don't hate you. Your new video is dope. Best one in your catalog. Keep schooling Jay Aubrey on NFTs. Okay? I'm glad that you got the NFT things rolled out. No response. Then I responded back a year later. And I'm like, yeah, dude, glad the NFTs came out because there was a genuine problem with his NFTs. We were discussing it on stream very briefly because I'd bought 3 of them. I know people sunk like thousands of dollars into these things. And he at one point like deleted his roadmap, which was like, what's going on here? Now, I don't ultimately think they were worth anything because crypto basically fucking died in the time that it took him to put them out in comparison to where it was when it started. And they're worth like fucking nothing now, but that's not really the problem. The problem was he wasn't releasing them and people had these for months and he just didn't roll them out. There's actually a rare drop. I don't know if you know what a rare drop, like the rare drop is. In his video where he announced this project, he said if you send in your address, he'd mail you the physical rare drop and your one-of-a-kind NFT for joining the server. I don't know if he ever sent those out, but I've never received mine. And I signed up for it and I did everything I was supposed to do. I never got that NFT. I never got that physical trading card. I got nothing. So there was a huge problem with his fucking rollout, but I let him know, hey, I'm glad you got the NFTs rolled out. Well, pretty happy with mine. Good shit. Because when they finally came out, they worked. All the logos changed to actual stuff. I used this profile pic for a long while. By sheer chance, you ended up in Wavy's place. I didn't reuse many backgrounds, so the odds of that were crazy. Oh, because I'm in Wavy's. So the profile pic that I have from him that I've used is in Wavy's room, and I'm like, I'm keeping that. That's awesome. Oh man, that's nuts. He told me, do not identify this specific mural. It's a trade secret. And then one thing led to another. So we're talking about that. You did a good job on the artwork. Keem showed me the ones he got, and all of them look pretty sick too. Then I didn't talk to him for a full calendar year after this brief interaction, right? Hey, I was just wondering, why do you keep me unblocked if you hate me and all my friends? I've got no issue with you holding a grudge. I'm just curious. It's probably a combination of a few things, like Keemstar telling me you've grown up a lot, or whatever he thinks that means. But I think you were like 19 or 20 when you were randomly threatening me and tweeting at me 60 times in one day, bad-mouthing me to everyone. And you don't do that anymore. You might still loathe me for some unfair reason, but you've changed your tone and you come out with me on Twitter. It's more playful now, and I don't mind, you know? Instead of nonstop hostility and attempting to damage, you took the time to explain your Zaptai insights in a long series of DMs because I was potentially misinformed by Alex. You gave me the benefit of the doubt trying to make Dap good. I assumed you might be just playing some long game of betrayal with a heel turn. Well, I guess we're here. But in public, you went to bat for me on that. So I don't know. All that in combination, I have a limited capacity to forgive, but you at least activated the possibility more than other people who irrationally started to hate me. Now, here's the truth of that. I defended Nerd City's
what is
NFTs.
A person? Who is Bunty King? Nicholas DeOrio?
I defended Nerd City's NFTs because he released them. I defended Nerd City's crypto takes because he was correct. I defend things that are correct. I don't defend them based on people I like or dislike. If I hated Nerd City, I'd still defend those talking points every single time. Okay? I defend him with the artist stuff. I've tweeted out recently, I've literally tweeted out that the arguments against Nerd City are fucking crazy. Okay? All of that stuff, I think he's in the right on. If he didn't release the roadmap, if he dropped the roadmap or whatever, and then never put anything out, then totally, yeah, 100%. People didn't get what they paid for, but he did. That's already done. The rare drop that we talked about earlier was free. That's not a paid thing. I'm not going to call him a scammer over that either. Okay? The arguments that he's now happy that I've defended him on publicly are arguments that I believe in. That's why I defended him on it. And the reason why I fought with him years ago are because I think he's wrong about a lot of different shit. And those positions didn't change. So Nerd City was cool with me because I wasn't vocally attacking him on Twitter during these time frames, because I just happened to agree with all the stuff he was saying. And then the minute I go on stream and I start talking about how he can't take criticism in DMs and how it's exactly the same as 5 years ago, then suddenly I'm blocked. I'm a bad person again. I'm irrationally hating him. I'm like everybody else. And now we're here again. So no, you can't take criticism. You never could. But now you do public stuff where you don't get to put a script in front of you every time you talk. And I'm a lot better at you. That's funny. I made a mistake when I said that. But even after I made that mistake, I'm still a lot better than you at this. This is not your... you can't even talk on a podcast where you get the final say before it's posted. Okay? So it's not gonna... It doesn't make any sense to me. Thank you, Musty. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so I responded to this, and I gave him like an honest answer. I appreciate your honest answer. I don't have any personal issues with you at this point. It's been a long 6 years since the back and forth about Jake Paul, and if anything, I look back on a lot of that fondly with a little bit of cringe mix in.
Gunography is edging material, but not full-blown corn.
Thank you.
Is this not common knowledge?
No, it is very much common knowledge. Chat's crazy. So I said, yeah, listen, I look back on that whole situation fondly. I cringe at myself. On my end, that was my first YouTube drama. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I'm almost positive I wouldn't be making content or have any online presence if we didn't get into that back and forth. So that's what I mean when I say I look back on it fondly. As far as I'm concerned, any hostility we had during disagreements is ancient history on my end. I remember the call with Clown and Tommy where you thought I was going to dox you or something because I used the term lolcow. That broke my brain. I was never looking for your forgiveness because I guarantee if we went back and ran down the list, we'd still disagree on a load of shit even today. I was, however, looking to make peace or a chat like this because it's been a long time and I don't even remember half the shit we fought about. Thankfully, I spent this stream catching back up on it. And as written, it's exactly what I said to him privately, is exactly what I said to him publicly. He didn't have a problem when I told him privately, I don't agree with majority of the stuff that we argued about. If we ran down the list, I'd still probably disagree on a whole lot. But when I tell you about it, it's a problem. That's a pathetic person. That's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a thin skin. And again, I block people on Twitter too. I don't have a problem with blocking people. You have thin skin. You are a chronic name searcher. You're throwing away your whole podcast because you can't handle a Reddit that you don't have to look at. You know what would be better for your brand? If you upload. Believe me, it makes a whole lot of your problems go away. The reason why we didn't fight for 3 years wasn't because I magically thought you were perfect and that all of our fucking problems were forgiven. The reason why we didn't fight for 3 years is because you didn't upload for 3 years and there was nothing for me to talk about. Now there is. That's why I'm talking about it now. So I guess in a way you should either leave again if you don't want to get criticized by everybody, or I don't know. Make videos so people can praise you again. I don't know. I don't know if the ego can take handling the Discord drama. Maybe you should just delete your server. He can't upload because he's gooning. Yeah, he's too busy gooning to Lele Pons to upload his video. So then I wrote, but yeah, I'm a self-admitted asshole who just does my best to cover stories well. I think all the crypto hate you got was pretty gay, and it's insane how many people hate you for that. So as I told you on stream, I didn't even know I was going to show you this. As I told you on stream, it's exactly what I presented to him privately. And then he wrote, understandable, I appreciate you reaching out. And the very next message, as you can see, is you can no longer talk to this person. It's another curse of the does something fucked up and it's Nick's fault situation. Yeah, it's just whatever. I just think that's funny. Like, I legitimately didn't have any problems with him, and I'm now realizing it's just because he hadn't made a video. If you go to his channel, I think like there's one video that he's posted 2 videos, and I praised one of them. And I don't remember, was that the clown video or was that the one he made after? Because I didn't have a problem with that one either. I think he made like a crypto video that I thought was pretty good. I don't even like crypto that much. So he had posted Lele Pons, and then his next video was 2 calendar years later, and it was good because Colossal is Crazy wrote it, and it was supposed to be on his channel. Obviously, they both partook in parts of the video. But like having Clown there means the video is going to be good. It was a good video. I think there were some issues that I had with it, but nothing remotely similar to Lele Pons. I think we fought over YouTube's biggest lie. I think we fought over the lies of Jake Paul. We fought over, I think, 3 of his 5 uploads in a row. And then he posted the worst YouTuber of all time. He posted the most expensive art. It took a hit on the channel, and he never made his big NFT video he was actually planning on making. He announced the NFTs here. This is the rare drop, right? That I've never received. And then I think he's literally gone on his Discord. So I'm probably banned from his Discord server. I probably can't pull it up. Yeah, Dead Avatar Project. No, I can see it. Let me see if I can just find this screenshot. I saw it yesterday when I was looking. Rare drop. Nerd City. Here it is. So, just to be clear, as of June 3rd, he hadn't shipped the rare drops yet. Here they are. This was a message that I saw while I was looking for other stuff. Very cool. Keemstar put Boogie in charge of turning his deck of YouTubers into a playable game, and it overwhelmed him. And to this date, he never got the rules sorted out. So, you beat the Boogie lap time. And nobody make a joke about rare drop either, because there's no game. I didn't ship them yet, and one day I will. So this is this year. This video was uploaded February 3rd, 2022. And I think he started boosting his crypto shit in this video. Let me see. Yeah, to receive your free trading card, press the rare emote in the hashtag RareBones channel.
And persuasive people.
NFTs are a pure scam.
On the one side, you'll find a lot of salesmen, people who made their fortunes as early adopters of technology, saying get in and buy now because this is the biggest opportunity of your lifetime.
It's the biggest technology that has ever happened in the history.
He critiqued that guy in the next video, I think.
Questions.
The community at discord.gg/DAP is working together to keep it a welcoming place for education.
This is where the Dap and Minty memes come from in the messages.
Our doors are open to people from every background and all walks of life, including...
Unless you criticize me, then I ban you from the Discord. And then I ask Dolan Dark to ban you from his Discord. And then I ask Pyrocynical to ban you from his Discord. And if he doesn't fucking ban you, and if he doesn't delete your fucking Reddit post, I'll leave my podcast, which is the only content that I still make. Because I don't upload videos anymore. Because I can't research for shit. Because I don't even know what's going on anymore. Okay, so that's Nerd City in a nutshell.
Creative, easily distracted adults who like to learn and who never really grew up. What's that?
Mr. Beast sponsored this video, and he paid us in burgers.
He pledged 2 Mr. Beast burgers per day.
That's so fucking funny. That's so fucking
we
funny.
finish our series, because we'll work burger.
So did he cut out the part where he mentioned?
Smash like, subscribe, hit the bell, and leave this tab open so you don't have to memorize the whole list. Number 1, subscribe to Clown. 2, check out the new merch, nerd.city. 3, to be honest, they would pick you up. 4, to learn more about the tryhards experiments, discord.gg/DAP or deadavatars.com. Everyone has a skull. But which one is yours? 5, eat a Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I don't know. It's in here. It definitely still says that's where the rare drop was announced. I thought he mentioned it in the video. So he never made the tryhards video. He just made a video about NFTs, and he said he was going to weave it in. And then he just made multiple Sniper Wolf videos to try to like regain some relevance because he realized he'd been out of the game for so long. To ride the Jax Films wave. So that's what Nerd City's been up to for the past few years. Yeah, he's just as crazy as he always was. Just you guys see it now, and I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Yeah, no, I'm not. He sucked in fucking 2018. I thought he sucked less than 2020. I was wrong, and he sucks in 2024. Bazinga. I mean, there's like I don't have to show you this. I went out of my way to try to help this guy. Do you know how bad you have to spurg out for me to go out of my way to help you? Can I find this message? Let me see. Do you understand how bad things have to get before I cut content and I go out of my way to help you in a drama when we've fought in the past? It's like the only person who I'd do that for is like Def Noodles. Like I went out of my way to oh my dude, Dark Viper. I forgot this happened. Oh my god. 14 pages. I just jumped in under the replies and I said, hey, I would advise that you just stop responding to r/YouTube drama and just laugh at the stupid post from afar. Like the same issue this guy is having right now, current day, 3 months ago, I reached out to try to help him with it. I literally don't even like this guy and I went out of my way to try to help him, okay? It's a drama subreddit for people who hate YouTube drama, and the vast majority of the discourse there doesn't reflect things people actually are thinking and talking about. Just my 2 cents. Edit, just to be clear, I don't mean ignore all criticism, just them. Okay, I posted this 3 months ago, all right? And Nerd City responds to me and goes, true. And do you know what this is? This is a post called A Month Ago, a video from Nerd City was posted in r/YouTube drama. Today, the YouTuber himself showed up in the month-old thread to defend himself. He shows up to month-old Reddit threads to defend himself. It goes as well as expected. To quickly introduce Nerd City's YouTube. So they posted like a bunch of quotes from the interaction. This is on a subreddit called Subreddit Drama. This is why Reddit is awesome. This is a Reddit made to talk about other controversies. So they're calling Nerd City a spurg who responds to month-old drama, and then Nerd City shows up and posts a wall, okay? Now, then further building this fucking conflict even more outside of the subreddit he was already fighting in to make things worse. Okay? Does that make sense for you? I know you guys don't fucking speak Reddit. It's called content, baby, and I'm reading it. Hi, Nerd City here. A Discord mod linked me this thread, so I'll reply. That Discord mod fucked you, all right? You should fire that person. If Smaggle sent this to me, I would never talk to him again. I've used Reddit for a long time. I owe a lot of my success to old Reddit. Many of the videos did so well on r/videos or even reach escape velocity into r/all. With that came lots of 2,000-word Yelp-style Reddit posts criticizing not just my videos, but even my face and my voice whenever a video did well. That comes with the territory. I'm no stranger to how this site works, or even reading a range of other people's unfriendly opinions. What does bother me is lying and getting things wrong on purpose. And if you watch my channel, that statement should not come as a surprise. 2 videos ago, I did an interview featuring Azzyland, where she revealed that for the better part of a decade, Sniper Wolf and her fans have been lying about her and running a non-stop smear campaign claiming that she stole video titles and thumbnails. Anyone on Earth could just look up the dates and see the situation was in fact the other way around, yet almost nobody did. I don't think anyone's debating this part. Those who did were shouted down for disagreeing, since it was all so easy to disprove. Azzy was certain most people would know it's false, so she never stood up for herself. The false rumors spread more and more, and her own YouTube comments become overrun with increasingly angry allegations. This is all run-of-the-mill. Let's see what he's been lying about. I haven't become a background character on YouTube due to my NFTs, or because I'm becoming an extremist. My views are within the normal range in YouTube's analytics and politically.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really
man, this guy's so fucking cringe, dude. My views are within normal range politically. This guy's autistic. It's got to be that. Sorry, Josh. I don't mean to insult you, but this guy's autistic. Statistically, my politics are normal, chat. If we put it on a graph, you'd see that I am not on the fucking on the extremist side. The interview I mentioned. The interview I mentioned above was covered by many other YouTube channels, from Critical to Oompaville, The Swoop to Cavos to Pyro to Internet Anarchist. People who probably have very different political leanings and backgrounds. Okay. Just like Azzy and plagiarism, anyone can look that up to see the video is not reduced to background static due to politics. But yet here I am in an unflattering position, being the only one to indicate that myself. The only thing Azzyland's situation revealed is that most people reading lies you type probably won't read them carefully or think critically for themselves. They'll all just take it at face value or go and repeat it in an even more distorted way. He does the stereotypical lolcow thing of like, every time anyone criticizes me for any reason, it's a lie. I think in this case, some of this probably is, because I think the NFT stuff is blown out of proportion. I've made that very clear throughout this fucking stream. I think that like people calling him a scammer, he would have been a scammer if he didn't release them. He did release them. That's it. Game, set, match, over. At this point, I think defending yourself against a bad faith mod is underrated. So now we're getting a bit of the psychology here at what's happening. People are so afraid now to reveal that they're annoyed by trolling you mad, bro, that they let people say whatever they want about them. No, they just don't have this thin of skin, and you're outing yourself in real time. Everyone name searches, but it's not smart to respond to month-old posts and get in the trenches for 3 hours and debate Redditors when you could just be making money. When someone really fucks me over and says something really terrible, I fire up a stream and I buy another pinball machine. That's how I handle it. I just make a shitload of money. It works real well. I don't respect liars. I'm not afraid to say that to their face or reveal the priorities. I don't respect liars. I'm not afraid to say that to their face or reveal the priorities I have that I really do care about. What I suspected, and 2 days ago found out for sure, is that liars who seek safety in numbers really don't like it when you zoom in and notice them one by one. Meaning that if I respond to every single person in a thread, I'm the normal one. You're a coward. Yeah. That subreddit drama is a safe space for smearing reputations and dogpiling people who will never show up to set the record straight about anything. I agree that a lot of the viewers do that, yeah. And so when I rapid fire replies to everyone talking about me, they were flustered at how irregular it was. No, they were making fun of you. And you looked fucking crazy. So I stepped in and I told you, stand down, you look fucking crazy. Because you looked fucking crazy. Most of them instantly shifted to the goalposts of these stupid lies they were making to each other, into the fact that I was reacting at all or trying to pretend I was criticizing trans people or that I should have had better things to do with my time. Me reading their thread and not caring about any lie, that's the real problem. And caring about any lie, that's the real problem, you see. How convenient. Absolute cowards, man. What I care about is artists being able to support themselves and being able to do what they want in a day instead of what other people want them to do. The more I researched the debacle that was NFTs during COVID-19, the more I referenced that certain handfuls of videos are in fact made by Marxists or Marxist-inspired creators. I'm missing some context because that comes off kind of weird. I haven't read the other thread. I have no idea where that came from. I guess he's right-leaning. I say this not from guessing, but from their own work. I mean, sure, I guess if you're talking about Noah Samson and Hassan Piker, you're correct. And the way they describe themselves from their talking with people who repeat their arguments to me. I found out that most people who repeat the distortions of those videos actually don't realize those were Marxism-infused critiques. So, like, anybody who doesn't like NFTs is a communist? And if they repeat them, they're repeating commie talking point? I mean, I think it's cringe. I would just say that they're fucking idiots. I don't know. Then again, my Nerd City NFT is worth nothing now, so who's the real idiot? I'll tell you who the real idiot is. In December, he dropped The Goat Soup, a collection of 3,744 NFTs. Within hours, they were gone. Andy and his team made $1.3 million. Meanwhile, he moved all the money to his wallet, scattered the funds across multiple wallets. Surely he'd used those funds. Oh, he spent it all gambling. And then the Goat Soups were worthless. Anyway, I own this now. Keem told me it was a good investment. That is my fault, not anyone else's. Okay. Do not use NFTs for investment. It's never a good idea. Where was I? Okay. I thought this was obvious and a crucial fixing the problem for artists, but to the average person, I know they might not even care about that. I think it's a significant footnote, and unfortunately, I will have to point it out whenever I talk about digital ownership or even encouraging artist entrepreneurship. The idea of anyone trading an asset for profit means that collecting valuables is incompatible with these revolutionaries, Jesus. And through morally relativistic thinking, they will unflinchingly lie about me or do immoral things for the greater good, which to them means destroying the potential for a new type of art market. I think the majority of people think I can just screenshot that. Why would I pay for it? and they think it's cringe and that it's like meaningless and valueless. I don't know if they're all budding Marxists. I think that a lot of people just don't like NFTs, and I think some of it's like a lot of it's unfair. A lot of the criticism is unfair. They're calling you a scammer. That's unfair. But NFTs are not very popular, and you thought you had enough clout and pull to make them mainstream, and you don't. That's why you didn't make the video. You thought it would hurt your channel too much. Just my opinion. You bailed out of making the tryhards video because you knew it wouldn't look good on your channel. And when you did cover NFTs finally, well, you don't have a lot of videos that didn't cross the 1 million view threshold. And you hadn't missed it in 6 years. So I'm guessing that 10 out of 10 stung. TLDR, I don't want the artist to suffer. And they do. So here we are. By the way, your base take would be that you do want the artist to suffer, for the record, because that's awesome. I'm being smeared in these echo chambers, and people are saying that I moved to the other team, but that's a made-up narrative. Even these people who are lying to each other that I fell off. You know, he talks so elegantly, and then he gets pissed off that people are writing, "You fell off." I just can't. Like, he just wants people to think he's so intelligent, but he's really just the garden variety Spurg who got real respected because he made a couple of easy target videos. Wow, dude. I can't believe you said something so profound about Tana Mojo and Logan Paul and Rice Gum and Sniper Wolf and Jake Paul and Lele Pons and Sniper Wolf again and J Station and Sniper Wolf again. I'm sure they were really going for your opinions and not just repeating the same tired talking points or picking on the same curated bad content creator list people. I'm surprised you didn't have a Gabby Hanna video in that time frame. The first hot take this guy had was NFTs, and he folded like a fucking deck of cards. This is the first time he's ever gone against the grain, and he spent the last 2 years letting it destroy him to the point where he's going to leave a podcast because people are writing "dappy dappy minty" in his replies. Listen, you're a real successful creator. You got tons of really good videos. Good for you. But, I mean, if you can't hang, you can't hang. So you should probably get this sorted out, figure out how this whole criticism thing works, stop taking everything so personal from your own friends. I mean, these guys, these are your friends, dude. This is what you got. I don't know why you're... This is what's left, all right? So you should try to work on those relationships. I know. Sorry I have to say this myself, but I'm not, and I haven't. I'm still working hard. I'm trying to have a positive impact on topics I cover, and I do my best to make every video better than the last. Thank you for reading it. I'll get back now. You have to realize how big of a loser you look like right now. I love Reddit, dude. Reddit's back. It's so back. It's so back. Oh, fuck, dude. Am I timed out, Soup MP? No, you're not. True. That's rich coming from a guy who dogpiles with other famous YouTubers until they completely melt down. My advice for those people would be to disengage as well. Don't hate the player, hate the game. And he deleted his account. Oh, God. I understand why you did this, but the whole thing has come across more like you were having a meltdown than calling out lies. I know that's not what it was, but that must be frustrating to see an entire thread misrepresenting you and your beliefs. New copy pasta just dropped. Nerd City's favorite album. Risky click of the day. What is this? Oh my God, because he freaked out about cats. We didn't even cover that yet. Oh, did you see when he freaked out about cats in general chat? Oh, fuck, dude, we're going all night. Holy shit. Oh, man. Hey, I've noticed you're struggling a bit with expressing yourself concisely. It's an important skill, especially in your line of work. Also, if you're interested in Leah's bad behavior, it's not monetarily related. You got to admit that it's gotten weird. And remember, relevance is key. The video didn't perform as well as your other videos, views-wise, because it wasn't a relevant conversation, unlike your videos on Daddy05 and Ricegum when they first came out. I thought it did perform well. Am I wrong? Sniper Wolf stole her life. 1.7 million views. I guess maybe... What threshold was he looking for? 2.6? 3.5? I think 1.7 is fine. Now. Oh.
SS Snipe.
Oh. Oh. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, this one didn't perform well. Not for him. Not for his channel, no. No, that Chatter's right. Did not perform well. Where's the Nerd City cat messages? Nerd City had a fucking huge meltdown because they were filling his... Oh my god, look at this. Chat. Holy shit. Let me just kill some of these windows. I don't need 50 Chrome tabs open, even though this computer can take it. Thank you, Starforge. Nerd City makes an hour-long video about Sniper Wolf's narcissism. I'm a bit out of the loop on Nerd City. What exactly did he do 39 days ago? All I'm familiar with is he got really into NFTs. He made a whole video talking about this huge NFT scam and how these guys were manipulating gullible people into buying low-quality, worthless crap. And he ended it with, and that's why you should buy all of my NFTs, which are actually good because I'm not scamming you. Do you struggle with nuance in every subject? Is it just binary? Is it all binary to you? What about genders? I bet you understand that spectrum, no? Oh my god. Oh, that is not what he described at all. That is unhinged. Holy shit, dude. So this person wrote something 36 days ago, and he chimes in and goes, that's crazy. You think my video's bad? Are you trans? Do you understand the gender spectrum? What the fuck? That's a crazy comment. Dude, we just read what he thought he said, and then the first message, the first punch he threw. Oh my goodness! The first punch he threw! Dude, I can't. Oh god. Dear girl spotted. Yeah, dude, you're telling me. Dude, and just reading this, his first response to anybody is, I bet you know about trannies, right? Or whatever. And then he fucking starts swinging about the Dear Girl, the Dr. Disrespect convo. No, that's your opinion, bro. You think Doc didn't do it. You should just own that opinion. I mean, you can't make a video about it because they'll hate you more, but at least own it's your opinion if you're going to start talking about it. Don't pussy out of it. LMAO, did your Reddit get hacked? Is that actually you? Should you be... You should be aware posting 14 comments in 20 minutes on a month-old thread is not healthy behavior. Tell your wife you love her or something. I'm sorry, I think your NFT is lame. So if you go to my DMs... with Nerd City, keep in mind, his whole thing was that Josh made like 30 tweets about him, right? His whole thing was Josh was unhinged because he made 30 tweets about him. He accuses me of making like 20 tweets about him, right? His whole thing is numbers. If you say one too many things, it's a problem, right? He said in my DMs it was, let me see. Yeah, you tweeted at me 60 times in one day. That was the thing that he said to me here. You tweeted 60 times to me in one day. But when he responds to every single Redditor, that's based. That's actually super based. You should actually do that more. It's actually the cowards that don't reply to all the Redditors. And I am based and red-pilled because I'm doing that and asking them if they understand the gender spectrum. Yeah, I kind of understand why people are saying that now. I don't think he's transphobic. I think he just hates fucking lefties. I think he's just saying like, I bet you understand the gender spectrum. That's much more important to you people. They're probably drawing that conclusion saying, oh, he hates trans people or something. I don't think it's that at all. But I understand how they're getting there. Yeah. Because that's not even prompted. That's weird. Yeah, so that was him. And this post exploded, and then I'm assuming, is he in the trenches here too? Oh, it's just one comment. This is why Nerd City abandons every series or announced video every time. Edit also never uploads in general because the dude lost his mind. I assumed it was out of laziness. Edit, I was wrong. Nerd City's been uploading a lot this year. I guess my comment would have worked if I'd made it 1 or 2 years ago. He's on a couple of podcasts. Oh, here. I think I'm on a prolific streak of uploads for the moment. Come on now. You're right. This post made me look up your uploads. I was wrong. I apologize. And they still downvoted him. That's so funny. I used to listen to that podcast, but the audio, but it's too audio based to hold my attention. That podcast sucks, to be honest. And this is 3 months ago when he was raging about it in the message I showed you from June. Right? Oh, this is May. No, it's just before. He was probably pissed off already about it, though. It was at its best when you weren't there. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is crazy. I was looking for the cat's comment, though, so we actually still have to keep pushing forward. I'm going to do... people are asking about it, Primink. If you're still watching, I'm doing you tomorrow, because I'm streaming tomorrow anyway. And I'm going to... This Nerd City thing has just taken off. I didn't expect to do. I expected to spend 30 seconds on this, and it's been half my stream or more. But at least I got 2 VODs out of it. Nerd City Cats. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm having a great time. Nerd City Cats. Okay. Gotta reply this monthly comment. Nerd City goes off at the end bit of the new TBH podcast. Who is buying the new Alien scam? I started watching it thinking it was going to be a normal Alien convo. Turns out it's NWO BS and him buying into a lot of weird shit. I got about halfway and was wondering when he would say psych. What? I don't think this is going to be really funny, but... TBH... Nerd... City... Aliens. Here we go. Every Aliens podcast is usually good. What is the latest Alien scam?
Of To Be Honest, a show with a clown.
He should fucking end the show and do Baited again. I know we just got through the Keem drama, but he should end the show and do fucking Baited again.
Is like that now? Meat in
episode full.
There's those big spas where they've got the 2 kinds of saunas, right? Like the dry one to keep track of
without encrypted tunnel.
I have a main thesis that's unrelated to that has been unfortunately becoming more and more proven.
This is a guy that was telling me about Epstein's island fucking decade ago, at least. I was like, wait a minute, what? They take him to this island, they compromise him, they have hidden cameras. Really?
Flash forward.
Alright, I don't care about this. Sorry. I didn't think it was that interesting. Real quick, I found a thread posted. This is on the Patreon. To Be Honest Podcast Patreon. This is from a thread called Nerd City has ruined the TBH Discord server. Sorry for a long convoluted analysis, but Nerd City's ruined the server and anyone can agree. The TBH podcast situation is saying gets worse, Reddit. Of course, post is removed too. Nerd City says trans people are that way because they were sexually unsuccessful in deleted podcast clip. Jesus. Okay, so, I mean, I think we heard that. I don't think it was that bad, but... as any creator in the YouTube sphere would say, gaining... Oh, God, this is autistic. We're reading an autistic podcast description. They made a subscriber-only Patreon. We know this already. Opening the avenue allows people from different internet celebrities to act. Okay, cool. In this document, okay, this is a fucking insanely autistic document. Figure 1, Nerd City slur compilation. Okay, who cares? Reading all that? I don't know. What is this? Yesterday, a giant white border, stupid text that isn't funny. I might weep from happiness. I don't think they're all slurs. They got triggered because I mentioned narcissism and noticing certain posters, and they projected that on me that I need to pay attention or a supply of attention by being transphobic. No, it's not transphobic to notice. What was that about? I like to know why Daisy said it once after Nerd banned them. I guess he's just banning a bunch. After a good night's sleep a few times now, I had reassessed when I was working on it. I need to limit how much I interacted with the Discord. I've had it with people pinging me to troll and asking me to get scammers to promote my NFTs, being pointlessly disagreeable when nobody asked. None of this cute little cycle we've fallen into of abusing the Discord and getting a little in-school detention, get out and do it again. I'm going to use the maggot hole as a real... I don't even know what that word means. I'm not going to ever look in the maggot chat again. If I kick you down there, I will forget you exist, other than that you annoyed me once. And if I see your face again, it's because you begged your way out. I'll throw you back down there again, no questions asked. No reaction to the host, just use our presence already. Tell me about Giggler, and what did he even do to deserve this? It's not natural. Classic abomination maggot brain, if he's even a new. The server's full of mentally ill people, and yes, and there are what, 1,000 to 2,000 Patreons and 20 active chatters. That's why I joke we should ban them. It would be like spraying a roundup of crops. We'd get way more chatters after killing the weeds that choke everyone else out. Who replied nobody loves you when they say hello and pretends that there's any kind of sane banter? This is all the way back to January of this year. People I bring here leave, quit. They don't like the conversation style, the cat gifs, the rat boy humping the bed. No way any of this could be happening in the news and no one here would notice or leave. He just he should be permajailed. He just keeps thinking he should tell me I'm being silly or over moderating, or they need to look at things his way. Just being a disagreeable twerp, and then over when I didn't ask his opinion. My patience for Discord is at 0. Guys, you really should never tweet cat pictures to Nerd City. That would be really fucked up. I don't support that behavior at all. Like, literally at all. This was over. Really bizarre, given how articulate he appears in his videos. No, it's not. It's the Ethan Klein paradox. When you do videos where you record yourself and you only talk on camera with a pre-recorded script, it's super easy for people to not know who you are. That's why parasocial relationships make no sense, but why they're more damning with streamers. Because I talk to you guys for hours a week where I don't do anything scripted, where I just show up and I give you my opinion. If you don't like my opinion and everybody hated everything I had to say, it would ruin my main channel, it would ruin my streams, it would ruin my image. It's the same way that like there are people who don't like me on Twitter because I'm too fucking mean and shit, and I say a bunch of mean shit on there, and they make that assumption about my character. I know that that's something I've created on Twitter, and that they're not going to like my content regardless. I understand that. This guy just sucks. You don't understand. This is not a case of, like, when Ethan Klein started the H3 podcast, he just sucked. He's a lot better now, and that's why I like a lot of his newer shit. But Nerd City just sucks. And now you're finding that out because he's doing a podcast where he has to talk and in a non-scripted environment. And then he just releases it because this is how he talks in private. This is how he interacts with his friends. This is the type of shit that he does. You're not hearing Nerd City talking about the 5 safe Vine YouTubers anymore. This isn't just him running down the pre-approved list of 5 Vine YouTubers that you could fuck up relentlessly for no reason. Okay? That's the easiest content to make in the world. All right? But now when you have to hear his takes on regular issues, you're finding out that he's actually crazy. And that's unfortunate. That's why people shouldn't be doing unscripted live content if they really suck. But most people who suck don't know they suck, if that makes sense. Let's go. What happened to him on the server, aside from banning people who post pictures of cats? I'm not joking. He got mad about that. It's actually consistently how he acted in the sub. Those cat pics were the best thing in that thread. I hope your fuzzy friend is doing well. Yeah, so let's see more of this thing. Jesus. By the way, hi Nerd City. Hi Nerd City's Discord, if you're watching. I wonder why people shit talk you in a server where you don't have admin perms. Embed, fail, loser. And I hate being an embed person. Oh, that's right. You ban anyone who says something a little bad about you. Fucking wump wump in it. Oh my god. Wait, that's the context. Oh my god. Oh. You just banned too many people. Oh no. Nerd City using... I don't care if he uses slurs. User makes a sarcastic comment and gets timed out for a week. Ask Nerd a question equal ban. Since I never seen you explain one single thing correctly ever, I'd like to not hear from you for a week. I mean, I could do this to my chatter right now. It won't matter. Smaggle, do you want to take a 1-week vacation? Because I just felt like it. But the difference is this guy's really mad, and he looks like a total idiot. That's why people are going to handle this differently than if I right-click Smaggle and I ban him for a week. If I right-click Smaggle and I give him a week's vacation, I will be praised by my chat. My chat will be happy that they don't have to look at Janny Smaggle for the next week, okay? But this guy just looks like a crying bitch. Like, yeah, dude, I'm going to dap minty Smaggle into the fucking stratosphere, and nobody's going to care about it. Nerd's logical excuse for banning people. Can we get a bigger... Oh, that's going to be hard to read. Joke CSGO wrote a post saying that I'm a cuck who gets off on banning people. I banned them for that because that's the open disrespect that doesn't belong in here. Bailey right underneath it, builds on that on that comment saying that I should leave instead, and the only reason I don't is ego. They put a cherry on the top of the comment that got someone else banned and tried to serve it back to me. Well, that's a ban too. They get unbanned. The first post back is writing a huge text wall about how I'm not a good YouTuber. They fell asleep trying to watch the end of one of my videos for the first time again. The rest I didn't read because they were obviously just revenge posting. They got banned again and tweeted the screenshot of them saying that and tagged me. So, at Astronaut Bacon, whatever the fuck you want to call that, whether it's trolling or just acting entitled and fat and foolish, it's a misstep on their part to think they needed to do it or that it would be a welcome in a Patreon area. So he's banning paid users because they're writing what lol. What did he write? You should leave because you have a big ego, and they're banning paid users for that. That's so fucking funny, dude. Like, he's banning paid supporters for that just because they're like insulting him. And he's in the wrong. He's not even in the right. He's in the wrong. He had a meltdown over cat pictures, dude. If they're calling him a pedophile, I agree with Clown. He should be able to ban them. If they're saying egregious, stupid shit in his replies, I guess I don't really mind that either. But like cat pictures, and you don't know why people hate you. You don't know why they're saying these things to you. Cat pictures, really? Starting public fights with your fucking podcast co-hosts over stuff that they've done nothing wrong, and you don't realize why their fans are starting to hate you and say these mean things to you that you're banning them for. You don't know where this is coming from. You have no idea what you're doing to create this situation that you now find yourself in. It's everybody else's fault. Sure, got it. Nice. Cool, buddy. The user, Stink, is using a sarcastic comment about Haz, a member who got banned, and then getting banned for mentioning anything. Banned for... Has said lots of love. Banned for spreading the... Oh my god. Okay, so he bans one guy, and then bans the guy who defends him, and then bans the guy who said lots of love. I mean, like, he looks like a schizo Janny. This is like a crazy Reddit moderator. These are just him I don't care if he childishly bans people, though. It's not really a knock on him. It's more of a showcase of spurgy behavior. Nerd maggoting people. I guess they put you in like an unfiltered chat, like a tard chat. For even people got maggoted for warning him that someone's gonna make a call out post for dead naming. Surprised Nerd's last trans comment didn't cause problems, and then they got kicked. I don't know what that was. Nerd calls people who okay, I don't care. We were the other one. Frustrated Redditors expressed the fact that he used to advocate for LGBTQ individuals in the same thread, which proves his virtue signaling tendencies. He is a virtue signaler. All of his content that he produces against are the easiest targets on YouTube. He literally just creates content on all of his, again, first hot take he's ever had was the problem, and that's why we're here. But yeah, he's absolutely a virtue signaler. He's been doing that for years. Watch the Lele video. It's a perfect example of virtue signaling. He did do a video about how even saying the word gay in a video is enough for it to be demonetized, and how that suppresses LGBTQ plus creators. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? His whole thing for that video was that it suppresses LGBTQ creators, right? And he's like pandering for their view.
Yay! Well, now that that's out of the way, let's talk.
We tested 15,000 common words and phrases against YouTube's bots, one by one, and determined which of those words will cause a video to be demonetized.
Title, Insta flag.
They blatantly discriminate against us.
Our LGBTQ plus content is being demonetized, restricted, and not sent out to viewers.
Promise to fix it. They lie.
They refused us advertising.
And then he starts fighting with someone on Discord, and he goes, I bet you know all about the gender spectrum. They're right. They're 100% right about him. That's so crazy, man. They're actually right about him. He made a whole video pandering to the gay people to push his YouTube demonetization video. And then he gets into one fight with some random Redditor. And his first reply is like, yeah, I bet you know all about the gender spectrum.
I don't respect you. So
Was any of that true? Yeah, there were the Peace Corps thing we found out. There was a huge thing with, like, videos had like advertiser ratings attached to them and stuff like that. Yeah. For a time, that's how they handled it. A lot of that was true. Where were we? Oh, Google. Yeah, that's funny. Let's see. What is this? Didn't he do a video? Yeah, okay. Watched the video a few times. It shows with data YouTube's hypocritical and bigoted censorship and the fact that it's, well, wrong. Seeing Nerd go from defending LGBTQ creators to literal homophobic slurs gave me whiplash. I mean, I don't know. I've defended LGBT creators and I said on stream tonight, so I don't know. I don't really care. He was genuinely up there with my favorite YouTubers till the crypto brain rot got to him. Fucking depressing. Sometimes people who do purport themselves as leftists, only doing it as a grift. I don't know if he went all the way to be a leftist. I think he was doing it for money. I think he was showing like, oh, okay, the best angle for this is that they're muting gay terms. So I'm going to make the whole video super rainbowy so that they all use it. Because again, he picks a topic and then he'll like willingly cut the context in the very beginning, or he'll be a bit manipulative when he does it. In the Jake Paul video, it's the broadcasting thing. That was fairly manipulative. I now think he did it on purpose. There was something in the Lele Pons video that I thought was it clipped wrong? I don't remember. It was a long while ago. But I think his defense for that was that it was just an intro. I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me on that. But I thought there was something that he included right here at the beginning that was a completely out of context clip.
Obscured phrasing.
Thank you, CoverGirl, for partnering with me.
Was it, oh, he cuts her saying my target demographic is 9, and the actual quote was that it's 9 to like 20 something or whatever. It was like a huge gap that she gave. And he cuts it to like my age demographic is 9.
Is towards one of the platform. Fairy tale, brand of comic.
Was that it?
Other times, the bully.
Lele would have her child fans believe that not only is she both of these people, but so are they. And all that's holding them back is puberty, self-confidence, posture, and makeup. But what to her guides for becoming popular neglect to mention are their missing ingredients.
Nerd and Sarspon's in own book. This
was it the very, very first beginning of it?
Lele Pons describes herself as a children's entertainer.
My demographic is like 9.
It was the first sentence. He cuts the fucking interview clip to say her demographic is 9.
Lele Pons describes herself as a children's entertainer.
My demographic is like 9.
Lele Pons on how to go viral. Let's pull up the clip. What does she say there?
24. When I posted...
Oh, yeah, this is the gap. So she pulls up, so he cuts it at 9. This is the quote.
High school, my demographic is like from 9 to 24. When I posted, when 20 minutes pass by, I can know if this video is going to do good or not.
Within 20 minutes?
Yeah.
So her demographic is 9 to 24. Let's hear the cut again.
Describes herself as a children's entertainer.
My demographic is like 9.
So she cuts the word from, too. I just realized that.
Describes herself as a children's entertainer.
My demographic is like 9.
He doesn't want you to hear that it's a gap. He wants you to just hear 9 as the opening sentence of the video.
So if me, what works is high school. My demographic is like from 9.
He cuts the word from because he wants you to think my demographic is 9-year-olds. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a clip chimp and a half, in my opinion. But again, his defense, I'm pretty sure, if you go all the way back, is it's just a video intro. I play the full thing at some point. But no, in his description, it's 9 to 18, which is, yeah, it's, I guess, he didn't like that description. I think she also does say 18 at some point in this video, if I remember correctly. Age, demo.
Lele's demographic, and I accept and own that. However, for the purpose of science, I decided to go and find someone who is. So I went over to my niece's house.
Who's that annoying British?
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do this with boobs now, huh?
They hurt. Why the fuck did she just slap her tits? This is for children.
I have no hate to that guy. This is a really funny clip. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember that. These figures express evidently proves Nerd City's a grifter. His performance, yeah, in private space. Okay, I don't care about this. Trails. Oh God, fuck you. You're fucking. These are the 10 stages of being a narcissist. No, this is my main. Why are you all so surprised? I use Reddit all the time. You can't lie about me in public and not potentially have me notice and kick your asses in 30 seconds. I always do this. Oh my God. Oh, this is so crazy. I have to read these now. I'm letting the liars know I found their little liars club and holding it accountable, one might say. Get real. Of course his followers are cool with trans. No transphobic guys would keep following an artist who unironically adds sweaty boners and balls to every female character. His Patreon supporters were probably pedophiles, but Fuda and trans stuff was prominent too. And last I looked at his Twitter feed, he draws his Sona as a femboy. What is this? What is the context to this? He's not talking about Pyro, right? Oh, it's Shadman. Like at the end, Nerd starts saying that the Shadman and Shadbase people who followed them were pro-trans? Hold on. I'm only a quarter through that. They seem ignorant to the trans facts. Okay, whoa. What is happening? What's going on? Okay. This is a big thread. Okay, I like how all the YouTube comments were shitting on him for having empathy for trans people. YouTube is rage bait. He said it while on Reddit. A few comments were talking about how Pyro couldn't even give his opinion when asked. Let's be real, people should have empathy. I'm not a slot botcher. What are you talking about? New TBH podcast episode. I'm only a quarter through. They all seem kind of ignorant towards trans fact and trans issues. They need to fact check some. I don't care. Yeah, like at the end, Nerds start saying that Shadman and the people who follow them were pro-trans progressive people because Shadman draws Fuda. No, he didn't. What? There's no way he said that. There's no fucking way that he said that Shadman's fans were pro-trans. That's like baseless, right?
Shadbase. And so, look, here's proof that he is
not your true opinion, just the one that you were putting out there.
I still can't believe people defended it as free speech, though.
All of this is basically a tit-for-tat distraction from the allegations, the proof, basically, that one of Mr. Beast's crew, Chris Tyson, Ava now, had a history of being a patron of Shadbase.
Wait, you think that people started defending Keem and his daughter and calling out YouTubers because they wanted to defend Chris from Mr. Beast? That's certainly a take. Oh, they only hate Shadman because it's defending Mr. Beast.
And not just of
that's a take.
Interacting with the memes, but of encouraging the most degenerate side. And he had he purchased a piece of physical art that was of the degenerate stuff, and that he has a whole chat log full of him having very questionable conversations, sexualizing, talking sexually with younger people, and encouraging Shadbase to create more content that sexualized young, like very young characters. That criticism of him and being like, look, here's proof that he is into prohibited things, forbidden things. Here's a proof that he's a creep. The Uno reverse card being used is, okay, well, if we're going to open up that can of worms, here's all of your favorite YouTube...
All of those people should be criticized, and it's funny that they were.
...creators who also supported Shadbase. And so on this list is a ton of different people who had completely different types of involvement with him. They didn't have...
That's fair.
...paintings up. They weren't encouraging him necessarily to draw younger characters.
Was it proven that she commissioned art from him?
I don't think it's on the wall. I know that
she had art on the wall. I
don't think it matters.
Yeah, she commissioned art. People are arguing saying she didn't request the art, she just purchased it. I don't know. What's the fucking definition of commission? Does it matter if you bought art from a fucking pedophile that's depicting a child, then you're probably a bad person. I'm sorry. Did I use the word commission wrong? Did you get your little 10-year-old artist fucking can of a PayPal looking retard ass in a little twist because of it?
Regardless,
it doesn't. Obviously, it's even worse
on the wall.
If so.
I feel like it doesn't really matter if it was commissioned. They still bought this artwork and put it on the wall. A child.
Dude, there's two types of artists on Twitter. There's children and adults who don't have jobs. Okay? And then there's like Fapping Flamingo, Psych Draws, and Mishi, who are all fantastic. Okay?
I mean, you can see, like, isn't there an image of... Oh, no, that's not the one that was hung up in the house that Mr. Beast is, like, awkwardly looking at in that one screenshot.
It doesn't exonerate Chris of anything. Like, it doesn't make him less of a degenerate. And it actually isn't revenge...
And Staffo. We like Staffo around here.
...against the people who were being transphobic.
Look, there's not a fucking... There has to be some sort of... Every single time that there's, like, a grooming thing, it's like some YouTuber and their artist. It's fucking weird, okay? It's just weird.
Because that list is not a list of people who were criticizing Chris. So it's...
Skip to... Chat, he wants me to skip to 124.50. We're currently at 124.31.
It's just like, it's purely a distraction, like a whataboutism argument, to try to take away from the heat that Chris is under.
And not a particularly good one, because Chris Tyson supersedes every single person on this list by an overwhelming amount.
You know,
except Belle Delphine, who dressed up like Shadman and shot porn as him. That's probably worse, if I had to guess.
If you followed Shadbase and didn't unfollow him when you saw some of the art that he was into, that would have been a sign of you being sort of like accepting and progressive potentially, because half of what sort of like accepting and progressive potentially, because half of what he was doing, from what I could tell, was making fuda, right? He's adding like cocks to things. So like if you didn't unfollow that because he was doing like transgender cartoons, that was like, wow, this guy's open-minded and based, whatever.
Yeah, I know why people are saying this about him now. I'm getting it. It's making sense to me. I don't think he is, but
be like,
I totally get what's happening to him.
He's a pedo necessarily. There was.
Wait, so you're telling me you're looking at art of children when this whole gimmick is drawing children, and you'd say those people were into looking at trans dicks and not pedophiles? That is certainly the
minded
take.
and based, whatever. You wouldn't be like, he's a pedo necessarily. There was also a side underneath that.
Yeah, you would. You absolutely would be. And the people who should get shit for it. This is like some crazy weird gotcha. I do not understand what he's saying.
Where he was sexualizing younger characters and in real.
Wait, what?
Underneath that, whatever. You wouldn't be like, he's a pedo necessarily. There was also a side underneath that.
What?
Where he was sexualizing.
No, it's the whole thing. The whole thing is he was sexualizing kids. He was having them hold up their IDs and shit. Okay? He was always sexualizing kids.
Characters and in real life characters, but he was doing trans and fuda stuff.
Can we all say with 100% certainty at this point that Chris Tyson has at one point or another, perhaps still today, been sexually attracted to children?
Yeah.
My answer is yes. Let's go around the table here.
Yeah, from these leaks it looks like it. It looks like he.
Yeah.
It's too many jokes about it for it to not be something that he was at least normalizing.
Like maybe one, but the logs are just, it's just you could excuse.
And Fuda is not, I don't know what your anime shit is. I have no fucking idea, chat. Oh my god, dude, this is crazy. This guy's nuts, dude. Holy shit. Alright, come and destroy me now, freak. I don't know, maybe this would be a fun main channel video if Willie doesn't steal it first. Willie, stand down and stand by, alright? Let me cook.